Oh, that was a hookah. I thought I saw you smoking a Newport earlier.
Oh yeah, I was. I thought you said was I smoking a hookah? I was like, where I get a hookah from?
Oh, nigga, I don't know.
Flavors.
I thought you had a portable hookah. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I got something in my fucking nose.
He's serious.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, man. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we bake with another episode of Unlabeled the Podcast. I'm your illustrious host, Jerome Williams. I'm joined today with by my good sister, Leslie Brown. How are you doing this morning? This fantastic Sunday morning?
I'm good. I'm so good, y'all. I got my man that ain't my man, so I'm in a real good mood.
You care to inform the listeners about your man that ain't your man? Because
he's my man. I don't know who man he is. He ain't mine, but he's mine. He's my man that ain't my man, and that's all that matters. And he knows that he's my man that ain't my man.
So you're not gonna tell him how you was mad because he went on a date. and you blocked
I was
him?
out, y'all. I was out, y'all, and I saw him out on a date, and I had got mad. Like, why am I mad? Because he's not my man. But I got mad, and so I had said something.
But he your man though.
After I said something, then he became my man.
After you said you was mad, you sent him out on a date, and you had to let him know what was on your heart. Then he became your real man.
Don't be going on dates in front of me.
hey, that's a real thing, dog. Y'all got that bad.
Don't be going on dates in front of me.
Y'all go somewhere else. Don't come where I be. That's how. Just don't come where I be. You know.
Hey, you be out with a shorty. You see somebody, you be like, I ain't seen you in 6 months. What the fuck is your problem? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. But see, the good thing about me is I don't show out in public, so you can definitely have your way in public. But behind
y'all don't show out, but y'all got a little subtle way of y'all are shading shorty or something, and she don't even be know what's going on.
Nah, you know what? I don't even be shading.
You a whisper that I beat that bitch up. No. Like, whoa.
You know, deep down inside, I'm a hood nigga, so I don't really be on that shit with the bitches. I don't really just fuck what the hoes do. I'm talking to the man. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't care about
so much for our advertising dollars.
Hey, I was somewhere with a girl, dog. She was in so much danger, I had no clue. Everybody there would beat her ass. I was like, please, y'all.
Let me tell y'all something. I was out with somebody. I ain't gonna say no names, and they girlfriend threatened me real bad. I ain't gonna say no names, but they girlfriend threatened me real bad. She was like, I don't give a fuck how long a bitch knew my nigga, but no bitch trying to fuck my nigga. And I'm like, are you asking me or are you telling me? Like, I feel attacked because, girl, I'm up for a challenge. Like, your man gonna be my man.
Leslie, you a petty nigga, dog.
also, hold on a second. Let me finish introducing y'all, dog, because the listeners don't even know who they listening to right now.
People be crazy.
Y'all have went on a whole tangent off of me introducing Leslie. All right, so I'm also joined by my good brother Montre Brown. How you doing this week, brother?
I'm doing well. I'm doing very good. Blessed, you know. I thought we had a 15-minute rule.
I thought so. I thought so as well. Like, you know,
Leslie, I was trying to get you, Leslie, but you know, we're passionate guys. You know, we haven't seen
your last name Brown this week.
Brown this week. Oh yeah, his last name ain't Brown. We've been lying to the people all this whole time. What's your last name, dog?
We've been lying to us all this time.
He been like, who is this guy? I don't even know who he is. For the last 20 years, I thought his last name was Brown. It's actually Posey.
It's Montre Brown Posey, sir.
This nigga's a hyphenate. I don't trust.
Sometimes
I
use the
no
Brown.
more.
Sometimes I use the Posey. Sometimes I use both.
It just depends on what alias
you gotta switch it up on them.
Just depends on which alias you need, huh?
But legally, I can use whichever one I want to. You
got options.
You
guys understand me.
But besides that, how are you doing, brother?
You know I understand aliases.
You hear me?
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Can you stop smoking your USB stick for the next hour?
I wasn't even. I was just laughing with my friend Blake.
Oh, okay.
Why are you getting? Hey, man. We had a discussion. You know, we went to HR. We sat in the office.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need you attacking me.
Okay, I won't attack you.
You're not supposed to attack me until we at least 30 minutes into
this is new energy I'm supposed to be presenting here. So maybe you're right. We're also joined by my good brother Sidney Blades. It's Blades for anybody who wants to know. It's not Blaze.
Dr. Blades.
Dr. Blades.
Yeah.
How you doing, Dr. Blades?
Refer to me by my title, please.
I'm sorry.
I'm good. What's going on?
Yep. Bacon, egg, and cheese with the bev.
Just had one.
Bacon, egg, and cheese with the bev. Yeah.
Just had one.
Yeah. Well, y'all know what we're talking about.
I'm good though, man. I've been on a little mini break, man. I've been doing absolutely nothing for the past about 10 days, man.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice
Adidas. Best time of my life.
That's a nice Adidas sweater you got on too. I like that.
Oh, I appreciate that, brother.
Definitely fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. But where do we want to start today? For the listeners who've been looking for our show, we not streaming live anymore on Sundays. We got something special for y'all, but we not streaming live on Sundays no more. So just keep that up. Let y'all know so y'all won't be looking for us on Sunday. We're doing kind of like a soft reboot of the show because I want to take some of our content in a little bit new direction and start giving y'all a little bit more. Just so y'all know. And if y'all not aware, like I said, y'all can go check out everything that we do over here at Unlabeled.
Before you ask the question,
go ahead.
You need some Pepto-Bismol?
Do I need some Pepto-Bismol?
Y'all ask if you needed some Alka-Seltzer.
What's going on with me?
Yeah. No, you were struggling a little bit in that first coming through. We thought we really was concerned.
Oh, I think I had the belch. I didn't even realize that. So you
okay.
Oh, okay. So you trying to be funny? All right.
Well, Leslie said Alka-Seltzer. I was funnier about Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah, it's a little funny. I was struggling a little bit. I didn't realize I was struggling.
Touche.
Yeah. I didn't realize I was struggling over here, man. I had a little bit too much grease for breakfast. I must have. But y'all, if y'all want to do this, we can do this. In front of the listeners. Like, y'all know how Tommy Brown get down.
Like, act up in front of company?
No, act up in front of company, man. Like, I've been in mode for like 2 weeks.
Hey. Shout to Kendall though. Shout to Kendall too, man.
Kendall ain't here today. He
yes, sir.
I think he having open toe surgery.
I was gonna say I thought he was at the toe convention, but
Oh, the toe convention. I think that ain't until January. What was it Tomacon?
Hey, shout to Kendall, man. I love you. I ain't know that shit with him, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Always trying to be neutral. You always trying to be.
I'm Switzerland,
just like Jesus. And that's why you Jesus now.
Like I said, I'm Switzerland.
I'm Switzerland, man.
I'll charge you $100 if you can find Switzerland on the map.
What a map?
You got me fucked up.
I'm a doctor, nigga.
That's right. You are Dr. Blades. I forgot you areR. Blades.
You got this PhD.
Got a PhD.
Hey, I'll pull one down from the like in the classroom, nigga. Quit playing with me, dog.
Dog said I pulled one out from the classroom. Oh man, but okay. So now I'm gonna ask the question now because I'm done struggling over here. I ain't got nothing to drink up here either. Damn. But Montre, man, I'm asking all y'all, but I'm gonna start with Montre, man, because you know sometimes listeners, like people that are fans of podcasts, they don't know who they talking to, who they listening to, or why they listening to them. Let me ask you a question, Montre. Why would somebody tune into a podcast that you're a part of, that you're a co-host of?
Oh, because I'm phenomenal.
Facts.
We're gonna start with that.
Mm-hmm. And humble too.
Thank you, Blades. We gonna start there. I'm phenomenal.
First and foremost,
I'm gonna say 99% of the time, I know what I'm talking about, and I'm right about what I'm saying.
Also true.
Thank you, Blades. There's a lot of things. Just my background. I own a few companies. So just my business background, financial background. I just have a lot to offer, and it always goes back to I'm phenomenal, and I'm normally always right. So
correct. And as a person that's always right, how do you think that makes people feel around you?
I'm just gonna be honest. I don't care, really. Never have. Never will. I'm in that space of would give 2 fucks.
Oh, okay. And then let me ask you another question, because you were I feel like you were downplaying the size of the corporation that you run. You employ a couple thousand people, if I'm correct.
Well, I don't really want to say that out loud how many people I employ, because we do have haters and people that would like to see my downfall, but it won't happen. So because I would love to just share this love with, share this love and this success and, just the energy that I'm in, with everyone. But everyone, they just don't look at it like that. So,
yeah. It's hard, man, when you fucking great, man. Some people just want to hate and tear you down, right?
Right. And when you're always right.
Yeah, and when you're always right, man. Yeah. So you ever tried to be wrong before?
I have. It don't work.
It don't work. So, because even when you're wrong, you're right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Jerome, you could have just explained it.
That pretty much summed it up. That's what I thought, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we're gonna have to do better in the future, man. Making sure that my Trey's always right. We can try to prove him wrong in these upcoming episodes.
Absolutely, and I'm here for it.
Good luck with that.
And Blaze, man, I would like to. I like to propose the same question to you, as a co-host of a podcast. Like, why would somebody listen to you, Blaze? Why would they want your opinion on and thoughts on things?
I think I got a unique perspective. As a former criminal and current upstanding citizen, I think I can get both sides of the table, both sides of the coin, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Everybody can't do that.
That's the both worlds.
Best of both worlds. That's yeah, man. So
absolutely.
Like with you being a former criminal, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't any petty crimes that you committed. I'm pretty sure they were at the highest blue collar level of criminality.
No. We talking major felonies here.
So we talking major felonies here.
Statute of limitations, baby.
Right. So with these major felonies, like I'm trying to think. How can I ask this question in a political way? With these major felonies that you committed,
let's just say I know the shooter and the victim.
Oh, okay. So
let's just say that I know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Broad spectrum, baby.
A broad spectrum. So, while you were committing these felonies, so that we speak of, what was your mindset? What was your mindset going through?
Whoa.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly.
I'm sorry.
My brother Blaze would do. He would do nothing.
Jesus. He didn't.
He would do nothing like that.
This is Black Jesus. He didn't do it.
This is a black business owner, upstanding.
Multiple businesses.
Yeah, multiple businesses. Hey, talk to. Hold on a second.
Hold
on. Let me turn my gunshots up. Talk to.
Employing several out here.
Hey, we know the system. We know how the system works. He wouldn't let it keep him down.
Contributed to the economy. I'm Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Hey,
Taylor Swift. Hold on. Taylor Swift. Let me see some more gunshots over here, man.
That's Blaze Swift. Hey, come on, man.
Dr. Blaze Swift.
Dr. Blaze Swift. That's right.
Hey, wrong. Allegedly.
Allegedly, I'm sorry. You're right. So with these alleged crimes, because the common thought process is that people do things just to do them, or because they're just that's their nature.
Anything I did was for money.
What was that again?
Anything I did was for money. I ain't do nothing just to be doing nothing. It had to have money at the end of the day.
Okay, yeah. So some criminals are victims too, huh?
Hey, everybody's a victim, brother.
Of this great American culture that we're a part of.
Hey, we are of this capitalistic society.
So I want
product of my environment.
I want all the listeners to keep that in mind next time when y'all listening to Blaze and his thought process on things that sometimes criminals are victims too. Leslie, like you're last, but not least. So I want to ask you.
Most definitely.
And my Trey, stop laughing back there. I want to ask you, well, as a co-host of this wonderful show that we building over here at Unlabeled the Podcast, why would somebody listen to you, Leslie, as a co-host on the show?
Because I am funny. Okay, that's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Real funny. I'm highly educated. Talk a little shit, and
Just a little
I
shit.
know that yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
And I can give you guys some good advice. I can give that woman's opinion, even though my mind is a little different from a lot of women because I've been around y'all so long, so I kind of know. So yeah, I
What
mean,
you know?
I'm a good person, all around fun gal. And you definitely be entertained. And I don't lie, so be careful what you ask me because I'm not gonna lie.
What you know though? What you
fun type of guy?
right? What you trying to expose to the listeners? What you know?
I know everything.
You know everything.
I know everything. I just don't say
She
it.
do.
Mm-hmm.
She do.
I know
She do.
everything. Everybody tell
She
me
do.
everything, and I just
You zip
Mhm.
like throw away the key.
my mama gonna know though.
Your mom.
Hey, what?
My mama gonna know. My mama
Hey,
gonna know.
what was the name of the person on the Matrix?
The
That do
Oracle,
everything,
the
bro?
Oracle, the Oracle. That's
The Oracle, yeah.
Yep. Thank you. That's what you call me moving forward.
the
Goddamn it.
Oracle. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Leslie, the Oracle. So that's what we're gonna tap in. That's gonna be Leslie's name from here on out. The Oracle.
And she can bake the shit out some cookies. Yeah.
I do
Oh,
cooking. I
no,
have
oh,
a
no,
catering business.
that she burned now. No, let's not get it
Okay.
twisted. She gets it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Leslie, you can finish. You can finish tell us a story about your man. That's not your man, but now is your man somehow.
What else I gotta say?
Oh, you finished it.
Yeah, that's it. Y'all don't need to know all of that.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Y'all need to know nothing more than that's just my man. That's not my man. That's it. That's all.
Oh, okay, so
Y'all ain't gonna never see him. Y'all ain't gonna never be around.
Okay,
him.
I got a question. What's his responsibilities as your man, not your man? Because
Whatever I ask him to do.
Knock her socks off.
say less.
Mm-hmm. So keep it private till you know it's real.
Mhm.
I saw that on the meme somewhere.
I'm just gonna pop out married one day,
He's gonna pop.
and I'm not having a wedding. Like we just gonna go somewhere. We gonna probably be drunk and be like, you know what? Let's get married and go get married, and then I'm just gonna pop out married. Like, oh y'all, I'm married.
No, Leslie. You got to do like me. Mine gonna be private somewhere on an island, and only none of my po friends gonna be able to come. So it's gonna be very private. Might be about 12 people there.
Trey, but hold on. You mean to tell me a high profile CFO of itself like you have poor friends still?
You said what?
Oh man, I got a lot of them.
I said a high profile CFO is yourself.
No,
you have a lot of poor.
Listen, man. You can't help everybody. You know, you can give them advice and try to bring them with you, but if they're not gonna listen, they're not gonna listen. So you know.
Okay. Yeah, man.
I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
That's real
man.
shit, Trey.
Yeah, that's real shit, man.
Because people will watch you get out here and do good, and then still do the dumb shit that they do. And then, I don't understand it.
And not actually,
like, man, jump on this train.
Yeah. How can I come out there? You know what I mean? So I jumped on the train immediately. It took me 3 years, and I had a company.
You hear me?
So
proud of you. So proud of you.
Yeah, man. Hey, bro, listen.
I appreciate it.
Hey, listen, bro. Everybody can't be great, and everybody can't be right all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, hey, look, bro. God has blessed you with a multitude of talent.
Also, when I say poor friends, I'm talking about a poor mentality, poor mindset.
Mm-hmm.
You can make some good money. You can make some good money.
Talk that talk, man. Hold on. Let me gunshot.
You gotta say that louder for the people who thought that you was talking about broke ass niggas. He wasn't talking about.
No, he wasn't talking about no broke ass niggas.
Them too, but
right. But I'm talking about having a poor mindset. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about.
Go ahead and break down the poor mindset. Go ahead.
That's even more important though, because that don't go nowhere.
Break down the poor mindset, my friend.
You can give a broke ass nigga. You can give a broke ass nigga some money, but if you got a poor mindset, that shit ain't gonna change.
Mm-hmm.
Poor mindset, you can't be rocking real Gucci and Louis Vuitton and you ain't got no car.
But
like
that
you know
should
what
be fake anyway. It be fake anyway, though. That should be fake.
I know some who it's real.
Some of these niggas
it's
really
real. It's real. That's what they doing.
I saw this dude the other day.
Live at home with grandma. You ain't even got a house in your name. Not even renting in your name. It's just poor mindset, man.
That's a fact.
That's because they have people that's enabling them and not telling them that they're trash and they need to grow up.
Right.
And I feel like you don't call yourself somebody's friend. Don't call me your sis, and I'm not gonna call you bro if I can't call you out on your fuck shit. Like, I have to tell you, like, hey man, you got to get it together. Like, I have a sister, she just lost in the sauce, and I be on her ass, and I know I make her mad, and I don't care, and I tell her, I know you're mad at me, and I don't care, because what are you gonna do? You're not gonna do anything but listen to what I'm saying, and I'm gonna get on your ass until you figure it out and do what you're supposed to do. So I feel like people that lack that type of motivation, they around trash ass people, or people that don't give a damn about you. Because don't be around me if you don't care about me.
Don't you think probably a lot today's day and age with the state of the culture and everything? Don't you think a lot of people have a problem with the truth?
Yeah, they do, but at the same time, don't be around me then.
I mean, it's hard to be,
because I mean, you have to. You at this point, you have to accept the truth. Like, that's a part of your growth. But again, that goes with the mentality. Some people's mind is not ready for that. It took me a minute to hold myself accountable when I used to cut up and do goofy stuff, terrorizing niggas and shit like that, and just thinking that I play no part. Accountability. With friendships, accountability, jobs, accountability. So it took me a while to get to that point. And now I'm there. So if I do something wrong, I'm gonna say, yeah, I fucked up. I'm sorry, and we gonna figure it out. But and I feel like people who's afraid of the truth, they scary. Like, you got to step out that comfort zone.
Yeah.
If you're comfortable, you need to do more. You need to be uncomfortable. That's how.
For some people, all right is good enough.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely. That's why the numbers are what they are, though. That's why under 10% of people in the United States make over $100,000. It's under 10%. You know what I mean?
Which
people don't care, man. Yeah, that's insane. That's insane, because like, we all don't work with somebody where we like, damn, they should be up here. You know what I mean? But no, they comfortable. I'm good.
Yeah,
this is where I'm at.
I think what I find out it's real hard to be around truth tellers. Like, I consider myself a truth teller. Like, I don't sugarcoat shit. I do it with tact a lot of times. But even
to
when
your detriment sometimes,
right? Facts.
I like that shit.
Yeah, to my detriment sometimes. But sometimes
I love that about you, though.
Yeah. Sometimes I try to exercise tact, but it still don't land. So sometimes you got to deliver it straight and bump straightforward, because a lot of times I find out is when I sugarcoat shit, it don't resonate with people. So like, if I just be straightforward, it comes out. But I know it makes it hard for certain people to be around me, because you cannot be a person with a weak mindset and be around me. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm gonna motivate the fuck out of you if I see you doing something positive. Don't get me wrong, I'm not just gonna shit on you. But when I see it's areas of improvement, I'm just gonna tell you, like, hey, you need to improve in this area. Even myself.
With me, if I like, it's just from being in management, and I had a manager, a district manager. He told me this one time, and that shit stuck with me forever. Because I used to be like, I don't like how this goes, like, just complaining about processes and shit. Like, this is annoying. I don't like this. And he was like, let me tell you something. Whenever you bring me a problem, I'm here to listen to it, but I need for you to have a solution to it. Tell me what you, since you don't like it, what would you do to make it work? What would you do to make this better? How can you fix it? Since you don't like it, what would you do to fix it? So that is kind of like the mind frame that I go in with a lot of situations. So when I'm talking to people and I feel like you lacking in the area, or I'm saying something, of course, it's how you say it. But then I'm going to give you an example of the great outcome of you getting your shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I try to explain stuff to Lindsay, like, listen, you can't always have an attitude and be, whatever. Yeah, somebody made you mad, but you can't be disrespectful, because guess what? Now you're going to be, when people see you, they're going to be like, here come Lindsay. You don't want nobody to be like, here come Lindsay. Like, you, yes, it's irritating, but fake it till you make it. You in school for a couple hours, you at work for a couple of hours. So what? Make these people you go ball and get them out the door, and don't have an attitude. So what? They got an attitude. These people don't care about you, and you don't know what they're going through. Not saying that it's an excuse for you to be rude, but some people just really be having a lot of shit on their mind. Facts. And they don't know how to direct their energy. So don't even give them that shit back. You still be you. Get their ass out the door and go about your business, because you're going to block your blessings, stooping to people levels. You know what I'm saying? So I always just try to give an example of why you need to change, what you need to change, and how to do it, versus just telling somebody, you need to do this, you need to do that. Why? Here's why. I'm finna tell you why. Lay this shit out for you real quick, because I know what I'm talking about.
I think stooping to people level is necessary sometimes, though.
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I like stupid
Absolutely.
people. Our good brother.
Every now and then.
That's because you petty as hell.
I'm petty as fuck. That is 100% right.
I don't like to go low because I'm gonna go lower and I'm gonna take it too far. Next thing you know, that's why such and such died and you dusty. Like I take it too far, so I try not to stoop.
No, I'm with you. It's real hard. It's real hard to not stoop to that level. No, Kendall got. Hold on 1 second, Trey. Kendall got one of the dopest sayings that I've ever heard. He always say, "Don't match people energy, maintain yours." And I think that's a good teachable lesson for everybody. But man, me sometimes I got to take it all the way to the ground with you and go lower because sometimes people don't realize that you be being respectful until you get disrespectful.
Yeah,
but Rome, like your pettiness is like a 50 cal though. They normally can't get up from it. It ain't even no comeback. It ain't gonna ever get too low because he come with the 50 cal.
He be having people going to therapy. Like
No, the only other thing is they be ready to fight.
Yeah, that's it. Therapy or fight. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But speaking
of nobody fight your big ass, you get shot.
All right. but speaking
see you feel like nobody finna be fighting you.
Got your forehead in his chest and I'm a grown man. Big ass.
Hey dog, but listen, now speaking of pettiness and truth telling, bro, like have y'all heard the Drake album yet?
Hey, you know what? I still haven't listened to it, but it been so much commentary on this shit. It making me not want to hear it.
I've listened to it.
You a Drake fan, Trey?
I'm a Drake fan.
Yeah. Trey, you a Drake fan?
I'm a Drake fan too. I was listening to it the first time I listened to it, but I had already saw a lot of the comments, from mainly from our group chat, and so like I'm listening to it, and I'm like, oh, this all right. But what it was is the mood I was in when I started listening to it. You know what I mean? I went back and started listening to it that same day, and I'm like, this shit is horrible. Like it really was bad. But then it hits like a point in the album because it's like 23 or 24 songs on there, where it's like it's a little vibe music on there. You know what I mean? But it's not like it's nothing that I'm gonna listen to it a few more times where I can find a couple tracks I like off there. Throw them in some playlists, and I'm done with that album.
Yeah, and you
said,
go
ahead.
No, I was about to ask Blaze, but because I thought you was done making your point. Go ahead.
No, yeah, the first half of that album, like the production is just not there. It all like he had some songs where it almost sounded like he was trying to do a Kanye type of sound. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't a Drake album that I'm used to whatsoever.
Yeah, man.
It seems like people been saying that, but leaving out the him and 21 album, like the last 2-3 albums from Drake been like not taken well.
I haven't liked anything besides Her Loss since Scorpion. Any solo Drake props since Scorpion. Like
I don't like all that damn singing and slow rapping and singing and shit. That irritates me, child. I'm sorry.
You sound like Kendall. Kendall hate that shit.
Kendall hate that shit.
It really does. It's like cringy.
Kendall said he don't want to hear that singing.
It'd be a vibe though, man. Like it just depends on what mode you in. Like I like to travel like a lot. Like we be on beaches and shit. I be wanting to hear that Jamaican, you know what I'm saying? Like I be vibing to a lot of that Drake shit. But like you just riding in the car, he ain't gave you nothing in a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like just he's had a couple songs that were good, but as far as album wise though, and I'm a Drake fan too. So like he got a couple tracks on this album, but it just ain't. It's not a good album though.
Yeah, I consider myself a fair critic. I tell people all the time I don't compare Drake to Kendrick, Cole, none of them. Like I don't compare Jay to Nas. I've never been that way. If I like an artist, I'm coming to you for a certain sound, a certain vibe, whatever. I don't mind nobody being experimental. I don't mind like Kendrick went from Good Kid, Mad City to Pimp a Butterfly. I love To Pimp a Butterfly. That album wasn't widely received as well as Good Kid, Mad City, but it's a phenomenal album. Like, and he was being experimental. He was more in his artist bag. I didn't judge him from jumping from Good Kid, Mad City into To Pimp a Pimp a Butterfly. I don't never judge artists when they do that. When Drake did his dance album, being experimental with his sound, I didn't judge him for that. I didn't even look at that in the same category as Drake's quote unquote hip hop albums. You know what I mean? I'm like, he trying something, so I know he want this shit to be played in Ibiza, Busan, like, you know what I'm saying, all that type of shit. Turks and Caicos, he want that. He's trying to set that vibe. So I don't really judge him for that. But what I am going to compare you to is your past works. Like Kendrick went from Good Kid, Mad City to Pimp a Butterfly, phenomenal album, to Damn, phenomenal album, to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. And Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, was it Little Steppers? Big Steppers, whatever it is. Big Steppers, yeah. Mr. Morale, I don't even think that was widely received because the subject matter is so heavy on that album. You know what I mean? But the album showed his growth. It showed it was extremely introspective. And if you would have told me from Good Kid, Mad City to now, and Drake's album around that same time, that Drake would be that Kendrick would be more introspective and would have grown to this point that he is at now, and Drake would be where he is right now, I wouldn't have believed you. You know what I mean?
And I think that's the thing that's standing out to me with when you come to Kendrick, Drake, and Cole. Like, you can see the growth with Kendrick and Cole. Or it's like Drake. Yesterday I told you, I said Drake going through a midlife crisis.
Right.
It just seemed like I don't know what he's doing, man. He doing weird shit all the time. I don't know, man. It's just,
and he's also an actor, though. Like, he's a whole ass actor, so he might be just playing the fucking role and just trolling his whole life because he's an asshole. But like, he's an actor, so you really don't know what he on for real. Like, he not really a rapper or whatever that shit is. Like, he's a whole fucking Disney actor ass nigga. Like that, I mean, seriously.
I mean, he came from that, but I don't think we can like just always lump him in as that. You know what I'm saying?
No, she got a point.
No,
because she's speaking some more about his character. Because like I said,
I agree with that for sure.
Yeah, all the marketing around this album I hate. Like he named this album For the Dogs. I thought this was gonna be some hard shit. Then the first single he come out with the song with SZA, and that song was mid as fuck. The only part of that song I like is SZA verse. Like, she killed it. But I don't know what Drake was doing on that song. You know what I mean? So like I said, he teased that he wanted the album cover to be what's her name? Halle Berry getting slimed. That was what he wanted. She said, well, no, we're not going to use that. So he said, we're going to do the joint with my son, with the dog that my son drew or whatever. Okay, cool. So then he goes from that to wearing barrettes in his hair. Then he's doing the weird shit with the clips and the grill. I'm just like, fam, what are you doing? Like Blake said, man, like, he's just out here doing shit. And the first thing I heard, first thing I felt when this album came on is like, oh, this ain't for me. This is definitely for some kids. When I heard that, when like the first two songs in, I felt like that album was for some kids.
I was just about to say that though. Like, you know, like the times keep changing. You know what I'm saying? Like every year. And I feel like he going too deep into it with like these young artists coming out and like what the kids like. Fam, you solidified. You can really make your genuine music and people gonna buy it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to really try to be so much like these kids coming up. He's just trying to stay relevant when you are relevance itself. It don't matter. You don't hit a pinnacle. You don't have to do that bullshit. But it's a lot of that in this album though. Absolutely, where you just like, oh, this a kid. Like this was some little young punks or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, who trying to vibe or something like that. Yeah, I agree.
I was and especially so. Let me say, I wasn't expecting this album to sound the way it did with him working with Yachty, because Yachty's last project was experimental and it was good music. That
was a good project.
That was a good project. You know what I'm saying? And then he released even the single that Yachty got with J. Cole. Like I know Yachty did a lot of writing and probably producing on this shit, and I think KD executive produced the album, but Kevin Durant. But I'm like, bro, it's just bad, bro. This album is absolutely basura. Like I even
chill for Birdman be at your door.
Like Birdman can do whatever the hell he wants to do.
You better chill before he flame you like you did Joe Budden.
But Birdman ready to whoop anybody ass they got beef with.
But
he ready to do what to somebody else?
All right.
She said, "Beat." All right. Pause. How you got to pause, Leslie? You got to pause, Leslie.
That nigga ain't pausing.
Man, listen.
But no, seriously, like, he been going crazy and threatening so many people who don't like this boy album. Like, you cannot force people like his album.
Yeah, I don't agree.
It's this gangster shit. Like,
I think Drake fans, his initial fans are growing up and he not, and that's just the fact of like
Say that one more
He's
time.
stuck in I think Drake initial fans, like when he came out, when we was all fans of Drake, I think we growing up and he not. And I think he's stuck in the box, man. And he gonna have to chill for a minute and come back with something, man. He gotta chill.
That's why he taking.
And he been putting out a lot of music over the last couple years.
I was gonna say though, but he came out with the one single like some months back. What was that song? I can't even think of it. I played that song out like fire.
The one where he had Kim voice in Search and Destroy. Search and Rescue.
Search and Rescue. Like that was fire to me. You know what I'm saying? Like so he'll hit you with some.
A lot of people didn't like that song.
Yeah, I didn't like Search and Rescue. It grew on me, but when it initially came out,
that song was fire.
Yeah, that's your opinion, but like I said, nigga, when it came out, I didn't like the shit.
You heard him say he always right.
Calm down, Birdman.
We started this podcast with I'm always right. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'll let him know, Trey.
Hey, Blaze, I appreciate you like always.
Mm-hmm.
It was a certified banger. That shit was hard.
You heard what he said, and I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? I guess
be double teaming him now.
I guess
not gonna do that.
I guess I agree too, Leslie. It's up to you.
We disagreeing now. 2 and 2. What y'all want to do?
I'm the only doctor on the pod, so I think my vote should be
right. None of y'all got a PhD.
I think my vote should weigh heavier.
I just got a bachelor's. I just need to shut the fuck up.
He got a PhD and my mom got a master's, so I'm gonna take hers.
All right, you gonna. What is going on today, dog? I don't even know what's going on. But anyway, back to what I was saying though. But yeah, this album, bro, like I said, it just didn't resonate with me at all. I definitely felt like it was like this is for a younger intended audience. I guess especially with the combination of me knowing that he worked with Yachty on this. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it was intentional, the sound, but it just didn't do much for me at all. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. Like I said, I do hope Joe Budden. Y'all do know he's been beefing with Joe Budden lately behind his controversial take on the album, which I didn't think was too controversial because everybody agreed with him. You know what I mean? And that was what I was going to ask.
Why can't people have an opinion?
That's what I was just about to ask you. Like when, like I said, because we talked about truth telling earlier. Like when does it come into play? Excuse me, Jesus Christ. When does it come into play that you telling the truth about an album isn't received as hate, or you having an opinion about something isn't received as hate?
Because people think that just because they like somebody, you're supposed to like them, or just because they feel like this person is the it person, everything they do is just so great. And that's not fair, because I don't have to like some shit just because it's Drake. I don't give a damn who it is. If the shit is trash, it's fucking trash. And y'all can't make me like it. Period.
I think, and because remember he got on Charlamagne ass not too long ago for criticizing.
He was the first one he attacked.
He just not used to criticize. He not used to like negative reactions to his music, man. Like he Think how long. I mean, at this point, would it been like almost 20 years? Like Drake been number one, good album, critical acclaim, and like that shit started to get to him. You could tell.
Yeah.
So then step your game up and make better music then. How about
that? I don't think he and this is what I'm saying. Like I told y'all, I like Drake. I don't think he trying to be the old Drake, but that shit is, we don't want the old Drake. We want evolution Drake.
I don't even think he's trying to be the old Drake. I just feel like I don't feel like he's passionate about music no more. It feel like lazy song making. Drake, even when Drake sing, and that was my issue with hold on, wait, Trey. That was my issue with Search and Rescue. Even when Drake sing, it's not even in the same damn key as it was when he was on Nothing Was the Same. It's not even the same. Drake at some point I thought Drake could actually sing, and over the last few albums I'm like, this nigga can't sing. It's not in the good key at all.
Hey, he going through his Lil Wayne. He going through his Lil Wayne.
Exactly. Trey, I think the drugs started to affect
remember when Lil
Maybe
Wayne
it's the
hit
girls.
that height? He hit that height to where like his fans was like anything he put out was just fire, and he was saying some just awful lyrics. Like he was horrible for like 4 to 5 years. Drake done hit that point where like no matter, even his album as much as people hate it, it's still gonna be platinum. It's still gonna be, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be number one. He don't reached it to where like he just giving you like, oh, let me go in here and throw this shit down. Like you said, he not really caring about it. Because Lil Wayne went like 4 or 5 years, but he didn't give a damn about no music. He was putting out bullshit.
Yeah,
But his fans was like, it was cold. I'm so high I can eat a star or some shit. Like, come on, fam, that's horrible.
yeah. It's definitely making me appreciate Kendrick and Cole and their frequency of dropping a lot more than Drake's, because he's been dropping year after year after year, multiple projects. And like I said, it's all been watered down. Like every time Kendrick, for the most part, I won't say every time. J. Cole last album was incredible. All the stuff he's doing with Dreamville as a record label has been dope. But it was a couple projects in there over the last like 10 years that I really didn't care for. But Kendrick, he ain't missed. He ain't missed a beat, and he drops very seldom. And these is just the GOATs we talking about right now. Of course, there's plenty of other artists that are pretty consistent when it comes to making music.
A lot of them that don't get
half
the recognition.
The half the 1,000% that don't get half the recognition. Travis Scott being one of them. I feel like Travis Scott he don't miss either, but he don't drop at a high clip either. You know what I mean? But my whole point being, I need to see him take a break. Joe said this on the show. He said he wouldn't mind him taking a 2-year break. I need to see him take a little bit longer than that. I wouldn't mind hearing from Drake for a while. Let somebody else get some of that shine.
He's going to take some time for himself right now.
Yeah, he needs to. Maybe
a feature here and there.
Yeah, maybe Pusha T really did take some of that luster, that shine off of Drake when he dissed him. How do y'all feel about that? Because he
made him be
dude ain't addressed. He didn't address Rihanna and A$AP Rocky
it
on
kind of
this
been
album.
downhill slide since then.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
After the him and Meek shit, he was at a peak. I think that was the peak. Then after that Pusha shit, it kind of I ain't think about it like that, but it had been.
And he ain't addressed.
He was at a peak. He was at a peak music wise, but like he still was number one after that.
I'm talking about
if he dropped.
I'm talking about, bro. It's a machine behind Drake. Them numbers and shit. That's all political. I ain't getting into that number. I'm talking about the artistry.
Yeah, no, the artistry. Yeah, no.
That's what I'm talking about.
I can't fight that.
That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about the numbers, because we all know numbers can be manipulated. It's machines behind shit. It's interest. And Drake is Drake is like Apple, bro.
Just because he's Drake, right?
Right. Exactly. Drake is like Apple, bro. He too big to fail. So at some point, there's going to be a machine that gets behind him and continues to. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how shit work. It like you know what I mean? Like Drake got a lot of people on the payroll. It's a lot of people interest in Drake being the biggest artist in the world. Like, you know what I mean? So he's going to sell.
How are you going to come back? How are you going to come back from somebody basically like exposing like your whole kid? Like that was like the lowest of the low to the blow. Like we got to fight or I'm finna have to shoot you. Like it was one of those.
You can tell it bothered because he's still shooting shots.
Right. And they subliminals, but ain't nothing direct. But that's the whole issue. Like you can tell, like
light skin shit. Yeah, here we go again with the light skin shit.
He even tried to.
It all boils down to him being a light skin ass nigga.
He even had to have. He even tried to have Jim Jones come after him.
I don't like you bringing up the light skin shit because I'm fairly light skinned myself.
Trey, you almond color nigga. You an almond nigga, right?
You know what? Hey, man,
that's a Drake
macchiato. Exactly. See how I did that? I just stroked your ego.
Hey, but what you saying is he said it, but he didn't mean it.
We said we're gonna get Leslie.
Line in your lyrics.
We're gonna get Leslie in the booth because she's spitting.
Hey, we ain't gonna start that blaze. No,
I'm just asking. That was a question.
But to my point, like I said, he even tried to have Jim Jones come after him and everything. Like I said, I feel like some of that shine was definitely taken off his artistry. I don't know, like I said, if it just hit him in a certain.
I never looked at it. I never looked at it like that. But I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, because like I said, he addressed everybody on the time. This nigga was dissing Rihanna and A$AP. Like what? Like why are you even going there, fam? Like, and if y'all don't know, y'all ain't real fans of hip hop because it's subliminals all through that shit. Like,
and that's childish. Like, put a name on it.
Right.
Say what y'all says. Light skin.
He did.
No, he didn't. He got to say the name. Don't make me feel like you said it. Say the name.
You for the drama. I am too, though. I am too.
He out of order.
Well, if y'all got
leave that damn girl alone. He just mad because she ain't want his ass light skin shit. See, everything reverts back to light skin shit.
Leslie, he said y'all keep acting like he ain't over her, so you can't do that to him. He said like he want her. He said better A$AP than him.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
I bet, right.
If her ass DM'd his ass right now, he'll be going knocking them barrettes out his head to get up over there. So
knocking them barrettes out.
Taking all them barrettes out to get right up over there.
All right, I see where this is
And
going.
he ain't gonna stop and get him a honey pack on the way.
Well, speaking of let's change gears here and talk about a good rapper, J. Cole. J. Cole has been on a tear. Why do people keep adding him to their feature list, fam? Why don't they just leave J. Cole alone?
Hey, he been on fire, man. The man been on a streak like no other.
Man, I remember it was a point I was
this verse on Yachty, man. This is crazy.
That verse on Yachty was insane. The verse on the Drake album is insane though too. Like. Oh,
absolutely,
bro! And I can't believe Drake did that shit next to him, bro. Like, I feel like Drake was ad-libbing that song. I don't even feel like he was in there like with intents to actually lay a verse.
Me as a Drake fan,
I
was very disappointed when I was like, I said, no, you gotta go insane on this with J. Cole. Like, you just got to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what you would expect.
I was
because we done seen Drake show and prove though. Like he done when he's supposed to.
Oh, bro,
when he's supposed to bar up.
Yeah, bro. Anybody he rapping with, bro. But like, I was expecting him to go nuts. I played it like 3 times, so I'm like, maybe I missed it.
Do you guys think that Drake may have possibly back when he was just giving it to us raw, no pause? He maybe had like a ghostwriter, and maybe the ghostwriter got fired, and now he's trying to do it on his own. So that's why he's a little off or tacky.
Well, no, because he's still no. But if you even think to like his last few albums, it'll be like he has songs where he go nuts. It's just the album is not good. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing Kendall's always disliked about him.
The purpose of dropping the album is to play the shit from the beginning to the end with no skips.
Yeah, but he trying to be on his Kanye thing. Like I'm an artist.
Oh, again,
you know what I'm saying?
You're not answering my question. Do you believe that when he was giving us that, where you could play the whole album and we are going crazy in real life, not going crazy just because it's Drake, but we real life going crazy?
No. I'm gonna be real, but like, let me jump in because I am a Drake fan.
I'm really asking a serious question. But I'm being real serious right now.
So I'm gonna be real. I don't think so at all. Because
Okay.
he's wrote verses for Lil Wayne because Lil Wayne just didn't want to do the shit. Like Lil Wayne had to do a feature and literally, hey, Drizzy, I need you to write me a 16 for this. You get what I'm saying? So
I think he used to have a chip on his shoulder, and now when you universally regarded as like the best, or you feel like you should be regarded as the best. Maybe you still ain't got that same motivation. Like
you stop giving him fuck kind of, you know what I'm saying? And then
he mailing it in.
And I was gonna say he's super sensitive, so like hopefully everybody talking about this out. Everybody talking about this album though. Hopefully he get 40 about the bed. Like, hey man, we got to go make another one real quick or something. You know what I mean? Like, cause he's sensitive, so like. People, we done heard people talk about albums, like his album, where like, oh, I don't like it, but some people like it. I have not seen one person say they like it.
I think you might be right because I ain't seen no. I've been on Twitter the last couple of days, all kind of supposed to be seeing it, but
yeah.
But back. So
hopefully he get back in the booth.
Right, but back to Cole. So he's torn down shit. He tore down this Yachty feature. Tore down the Drake feature. What other songs Drake done been on this year? He done been on quite a bit. He done been on quite a bit of songs, but he ain't stopping, man. Yeah, he ain't stopping.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the shit that he say I don't even know, and I normally don't like when people rap about rapping, but J. Cole seems to do this shit like so effortlessly, and like he does it real clever. Cause it's a lot of rappers that rap about rapping. Like Russ is one of them. I think Russ can rap. I think he's a talented person, but to me he raps too much about rapping, and I'm like that subject matter is like kind of played. Like who does that? You know what I mean? But
don't nobody rap better than J. Cole, bro. I'm talking about just pure rapping. Mm-hmm. Don't nobody rap better than J. Cole, bro. There's better artists, but rapping, don't nobody. Yeah.
I would agree. I would agree with you. That's part of my whole thing. Like he been killing shit. But I just want to give a shout out to that brother, man, because like he be going crazy. But how do y'all feel about 21 Savage getting his his citizenship?
I'm so happy for him. I love him, y'all. I
I
love,
don't know why it took this long. Why?
It took this shit seemed like it took forever. I thought it was funny because Drake. Why I keep saying Drake? Damn man, he got my damn mind. Like Trey hated 21 Savage for the longest, and I'm like, bro, dude, cold. He be going crazy. Trey like, nah, man, I can't stand that dude voice, man. And then when Trey found out that he was from the UK, he was like, oh, I get it now. He was like, I get why he said.
Then I opened up to him with open arms. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, he British, bro. I told him, I said, bro, when he be rapping, it just sound, bro, I don't like it. It sounds like a robot or something. I can't really explain what I'm listening to, but I don't like it, bro. He British. Okay.
So
I can
leeway to accept it.
Yeah, now I know when I see featuring 21 Savage, it's a British rapper that's going to be on here. So like that's what I'm listening for. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like now I'm saying that 21 got off. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a British. He's from the UK. You know. Yeah. I'm a 21 fan now.
No, I used to try to get Trey into the dude all the time. I'm like, bro, just listen to him, dog. Like he a little ignorant, but he be saying some shit and be like, oh, that's mumble rap.
21,
that's this, that, and the third. I'm like, bro, listen to 21 Savage, bro. He be going in. And Trey was like, man, I knew it was something, man. This whole time I like him because man, he from the UK, man. He from Britain.
Hey, Ron was like, nah, bro, that ain't that accent though. It ain't. I said, no, yes, it is. That's absolutely the accent. He was like, nah, bro, that ain't his voice. Like his voice ain't. You can't even hear the accent. I said, oh yes, you can. That's why I didn't like him, man. Because I was like, why does he sound like that? Because I thought he was from America. You know what,
Trey? You right.
Blaze, I knew I was, and listen, thank you, man. So now I got to hear from him. Thank you. I appreciate you having my back, man.
You right, Trey.
I know, bro. That man, that is a British man rapping. He's a British man rapping. Like that. He's still from the hood. Like it's not saying he from the, you know what I mean? Like he's still a gangster.
He's from the hood, but he demands them.
Yeah.
Dog. I'm done with you.
Like he's absolutely bloody hell. You know what I'm saying?
he bro.
Bruv.
He ain't bro, he bro.
Bruv.
Like 21 sound like he's from New York and Baltimore. That is not right. That accent.
Well, man, we might need 21 Savage to go to war to bring his savagery out because apparently the United States is at war with Israel. Is at war. Well, it's Israel's at war, but that means the United States is at war. Since we Israel's bitch.
Oh my God.
Right. Well, how did y'all feel about that when y'all heard the news that Israel was going to war?
Man.
Like this shit has been going on since I was a kid, fam.
I was gonna say this.
That's sad and that's scary as hell. Like I couldn't imagine just being at home and a fucking bomb just goes off and now my leg is over here, my baby brain over here, like just getting blown to fucking smithereens. Like that shit is about
this shit been going on literally like Ron said,
seriously,
since we was kids,
Israel,
man.
so sad.
Yeah.
Where they at, man? They got beef with everybody around them. Like, come on, man. And then here we come. Oh, we got you. Whatever you need, we got you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And these niggas can't even keep the lights on in America. But they want to talk about we gonna provide aid. Like we still, nigga, you just tried to get $60 billion over there to Ukraine. Like what are we doing?
Hey, you know what America is? America, that nigga with 6 kids who give his side bitch all his check. No, you got 6 kids at home. The side bitch over there eating. 6 kids at home got on Walmart shit. I don't know. I don't understand, man.
I just want them to just forget my student loans.
I just want them to forgive us.
That's all the government can do for me is forgive my student loans. Like
student loans, healthcare, reparations. Them the 3 on my list. Let me get them. Then I don't care what y'all do.
They sent me a letter. Did y'all? I don't know if anybody on here has student loans, but they sent a letter.
Man, I'm a doctor. You think I don't?
He got plenty.
They sent me a letter saying that I'm in some type of program. Some type of forbearance that they're trying to work out, basically, and that I don't have to pay my student loan. I don't have to make another student loan payment until like January of 2027.
Do the
I'm in the
interest
same program. I'm in the same program.
So
do
you
the
are
interest
for real?
stop?
Hell no, the
hmm
interest don't stop.
Okay, well that's some
No,
bullshit.
no.
That's some bullshit.
Right, like y'all act like y'all doing me a favor, and it says on there like from this date until your next payment is due, you will have accrued like it was like $18,000 in interest. Like I'm not paying this shit. I'm not paying it. I'm not paying it. Like I'm going to die in student loan debt. Like unless I win this 1.5
Yeah.
billion. If I win this 1.5 billion, I'll pay.
Man, I still ain't giving them shit.
I'll pay y'all student loans off.
1.5 billion. Absolutely not. Yeah, no, we ain't.
Y'all
No
won't see
reason to
a penny of that shit.
Look, you will never need credit. Ever. Credit is absolute at that
I'm
point.
over it. I feel like the student loan.
I'll
shit
pay
is
everybody's
hoes.
student loan.
And I'm so mad at my mama.
Pay the whole
I'm
thing.
mad at my mama for making me get the shit. Like me and her still need to talk about this.
Hey, you know they're gonna be mad too because they can't catch that interest if you pay everybody student loan off.
Ain't nobody paying that shit.
Man, listen.
We're not paying it.
All right,
we're
listen.
not paying it, Sally Mae. We're not paying it. Like, just move on. We're not paying it. Go bankrupt because we're not paying it. Like,
I don't know where I got this from early, but I understood early that student loans was a bad idea. I was like, yeah, nah, I'm straight. I mean, I feel bad for y'all, the ones who do have student loans out there. That's just that shit. That system is so antiquated and so fucked up. I still can't believe they charge people as much as they do to go to school. Like, fam, literally everything can be done from a computer. Like, you can have these, you can get the books on the computer. You can get you can take the classes on the computer, and y'all still charging.
Now you can, but that wasn't always the case.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But
the best part about it is you don't even have people even fucking work in their field.
Right, but majority.
No, y'all paying peanuts. There's no way I'm walking around with a degree and y'all thinking that y'all about to pay me some fucking $30,000 or $40,000,
right?
Or even $50,000.
And that's what they do. And that's what they do. Unless you're willing to relocate and go to a place that cost of living is higher and it's a more demand in that field, which typically it ain't because the basic shit that people graduate on, you know what I mean? But my whole point about the school being antiquated, it ain't always been that way. But facts, Blaze, it ain't always been that way. But at least for the last 10, 15 years, niggas can have access to the internet and download books to take their class over and shit, like all that. It's crazy.
Rom, you got to understand too, bro. You paying for your head basketball coach's salary. He making millions a year. Your football coach salary. He's making millions a year.
But those programs also bringing in.
That's what I thought the program was. That was my point. Yeah.
And I was gonna get to that, bro. That he getting the millions, bro. But the program bringing so much money, don't let you go to the tournament. Don't let you be in the playoffs or a bowl game. You get what I'm saying? They just robbing people, bro. Like that's really all they doing. They have more than enough money. I think
that's what
bro.
college is at this point. It's just a sports organization. It ain't even really about the schooling no more.
But on average, what's like? I ain't got no statistics in front of me right now. But on average, how much student debt do the average American have? The ones that took student loans, on average, about?
I would say, and just I would say that shit anywhere between about 75 to 100,000. And
that's one student. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, ain't no teacher salary, no coach's salary. That you get what I'm saying?
I just googled it. Say the average federal student loan debt balance is $37,718.
Yeah,
they lie like a motherfucker.
Yeah, the average, and it's for all.
And that's the balance. That's probably not the
right
total.
And then look
$40,000. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. Like I said, per person.
And then look at the average median household, what they bring in. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Put that up with that. You can't even start your life for a couple years.
Nah, it's more than
with a degree. With a degree.
Yeah. It's like I said, I got an aunt that went to school. She went to school to be a nurse. Hella student loans. And she's in her 60s almost, and just paid that shit off a few years ago. So it takes time.
My cousin is paying his. I think he said he paying over $500 a month. He been out of school for a minute. And he's about to be 50 tomorrow. As a matter of fact, he'll be 50 tomorrow.
Been paying all that interest.
Over $500 a month in student loans. I think he said he maybe got like a couple of more years, and he'll be done. I feel like, okay, if you got it and you able to actually make those high ass payments and still sustain your lifestyle, absolutely pay that shit. Me personally, I'm not doing it. I'm not.
Say the average graduate salary is around $45,000.
That's
you got it by state, but it seemed like the average.
That is so
around 45,000.
disrespectful. There's no way I'm going to school and I'm getting all this debt and y'all only paying me $45,000. Like, that is so disrespectful. And that's just coming from somebody that went to school and I had to work my way up the corporate ladder. And here it is, the job that I'm in now. It's not even about what I know. It's the whole who you know. It wasn't even about what I went to school for. It wasn't even my full background. Like, I have enough experience, of course, to have gotten the job, but it wasn't a field that I was already in. It was a who I knew that was like, hey, I got somebody that I feel can do this job. She a good learner. She whatever. Can we bring her on? And I did my interviews, like 3 different people, grilling my ass. And that's how I got the job that I have now. Again, based off of a who I knew, not me personally. And that's the slap in the face for me. Like, I went to school. I did what I needed to do. I did all of this shit, and I had to get a job because somebody gave me a referral versus y'all not paying me what I'm worth just because that's y'all don't want to pay that. Like, that's bullshit. Like, it's disrespectful as hell. I can't.
I mean, I think things done changed a lot now. Like, a lot of these kids now ain't with none of that shit. But we was always told, you go to school, you go to college, you get a job, you work. And I don't think it was never intended for everybody to be a success. Like, college ain't gonna make you no immediate success.
And college is not for everybody. I tell that to my daughter all the time. Like, I'm not gonna force you to go to college, but I need for you to have a plan. Like, you can't graduate and think that you're going to kick it and be laying up with your little boyfriend and working at Foot Locker and you 20 years old. Absolutely not. You need a plan. You like to do hair. So do you want to go to school for cosmetology? What trade you want to, you have to have a plan.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not going to force you to go to a 4-year university, wasting money, getting in debt, and you really don't want to do the shit. And that's kind of what happened for me. Like, my mom made me go to school. Like, she made me get up, go, and she forced me to go to school. Like, I didn't want to do that shit. I got a job offer when we was in high school. Remember all the companies and shit used to come our senior year. Yeah. I got a job offer to work in customer service for AT&T. And they was actually paying a pretty decent amount of money. Like, I could have been good doing just that. But I'm like, hell no. You got to go. You got to go. And made me go to school. So I don't want that for my child. Like, decide what you want to do. I'm going to support you, but we have to have a plan.
And that's the thing too, though. Our parents grew up in a culture and in an area where they were programmed too, and so all they're gonna do is pass it on down to us, and that's really what they did. And I'm very glad I didn't finish college. I'm very okay with what I owe. I can pay that off. You know what I mean? But if I'd have finished, I'll be in at $100,000.
I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, it's a whole different mindset now, because that's what we was
taught. I think
like,
too, our parents wanted to, like, they wanted them bragging rights too. Like, my baby in college, you know what I'm saying? Like, that really is like a major accomplishment.
It was some cash into
like,
it. Then
it was like in my family, only 2 of us went to college in my family. 2 out of everybody, just 2 of us. So
I had no degree.
I get it.
I pull up. Look, I don't have no degree, but you'll pull up to my real big ass house in my brand new Range Rover.
Okay,
for real. Listen, and I'm very far from a degree.
Yeah. You know,
right.
You know, and Leslie brought up some real good points. But one thing I'm trying to practice and do definitely, because my kids are still relatively young, is definitely trying to build stuff for them so I can hand it to them. And pass them on generational wealth. And outside of that, if they want to go to school, they either gonna have the scholarship or they're gonna have to use what I saved up for them to go to school. Because I don't want them going, with no debt. But also, to Leslie's point, is like, say I want to have a plan for them. You know what I mean? So, but that's what I'm working on towards and practicing now, because I don't want to just pass that trauma or go to school, because we all know that shit antiquated as fuck. If anything, go get some certificates, go get a trade, go learn how to do something that's gonna really get you some immediate value out of life. You know what I mean? So
it's just certain things that you do need to go to school for. I want to be a doctor, Dad.
Right.
All right. You need to go to school. I want to be an engineer. But if I want to go into business. I want a business degree. That ain't gonna be worth shit. You could take a few classes though, you know what I mean? So you understand what you're doing and stuff like that. Marketing classes, business classes, finance classes. But trying to get a degree in business, why would you do that? That makes no sense when you can just start your own business. most of these business owners don't have no damn degree.
Sure don't.
Yeah,
And they
so
started
like
from the bottom.
bottom. Yeah, it just depends on what they're trying to go to school for. You know what I mean? Where the degree is absolutely needed. I need my doctor to have several degrees.
Okay, I need you to be in your top 5% of the damn class. Shit.
Absolutely.
But you know what? While we're waiting this guest too, bro. Man, it's this new series on Apple TV Plus that I've been watching with Lakeith Stanfield. It's called The Changeling. Have y'all heard that?
I ain't started it yet. I got it. I will check it out.
Man, that shit is fucking fire. Leslie, you watched it?
Man, I love it. I love it. I was mad.
Don't spoil it for me because I'm on episode 5.
No, I was just gonna say I was just so mad when it first came out because I watched it from the beginning. I was so mad that they just hit us with the 3 episodes and then they like, oh no, you gotta wait till next week.
Oh, okay,
like, wait a minute. Don't play with me like that.
Man,
hey, I gotta admit, dude, that since they stopped putting out full seasons, dog, that should be pissing me off now. I hate it.
You know, I don't mind, bro, because like literally it like when they just drop everything at once. It's hard. It's hard to me. It's hard to. I mean, I'll run out of shit to watch. I'll put it like that. Like you know what I'm saying. When
I like to binge watch that.
Yeah,
that's what. That's the way I consume though, because I don't have time to sit down and watch shit. So when I do,
forgot. Like,
damn, I wanna watch it all because I'll watch 2 episodes, then I might not see that shit for 2 months.
Well, I think I'm on the other end of the spectrum because I don't have time to binge watch. So I like for shit to leave me some expectation. Like I can watch one episode, like say episode of Yellowstone come out. It come out Wednesday. I might not even know that it came out because I don't be watching the production and the marketing and shit like whatever. So I might not even know the shit came out. So I might catch it Saturday, and then I'm like, oh, when I'm free or Sunday when I'm free. But I seldom have time to sit down and watch 3, 4, or 5 episodes of some shit. Like especially if it's an hour-long show. But back to the show, man. Like whoever directed this shit, they fire, fam. Like this is some of the dopest this some of the dopest directing I've seen in a TV show. Period. Like so they killed that shit. But Lakeith Stanfield, fam. Every time I see dude do something, I sing his praise because this nigga is giving a masterclass in acting. I've seen so many range of emotions from this dude, from being a good father to being terrified to being traumatized to like everything. This nigga is giving a fucking masterclass in this series, fam. I'm telling you, this if y'all ain't doing shit else, this is a must watch, fam.
I promise you, it's really good.
Even
his little couple of minutes on in Get Out.
Yeah,
he cut up on that.
Yeah, cut up on
that quick little snippet. He's really good.
Yeah. Everything he's been in real life,
usually. I think in real life, but
hilarious.
At work, he's the man.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't care how you feel about him because I do know he's problematic. A lot of people don't too much care for him in real life and whatnot. But but acting wise,
to the art though,
that comes to art. Yeah, he did.
She said, "Well, yeah, work." Yeah.
All right.
Before you get him up, baby. That's before you get him
up. He phenomenal though. Like he's serious.
For real, he's really good.
Yeah, bro, he's smart.
I'm gonna check that out. I saw it on there. I gotta say, I'm gonna check it out.
And like it does teeter on the edge of like I don't say like horror elements or like some people don't like witchcraft and that type of shit, but so it does teeter on that. But it didn't even feel like that, Leslie, watching the show, did it?
Nah, the previews make it seem like it's like a scary movie. Like, I thought it was a movie. I didn't know it was a series. I thought it was a movie based off of the previews. Right. So it kind of made you feel like it was like scary. So I was like a little hesitant because I don't really like scary movies like that. And like you said, shit with like witchcraft and I'll be like play around like that. But once I saw it, I'm like, oh yeah, this shit is good. I'm talking about hooked on the TV like.
Yeah, like I said,
like, it was real good.
Yeah, like I said, he's smoking that shit, man. But our guest is here now. I finally got him on. For the listeners out there who might not be familiar with him, this is our good brother Charles DJ Swift. How you doing, brother Swift?
Morning. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we play some applause right quick, man. Hold on a second, bro. Hey, and we not live recording either. This is all pre-recorded right now too, Swift. So you don't got to worry about messing up or being too proper.
We good.
Hold on a second. I gotta let my applause stop.
Swift, my brother, what's happening?
Not much, sir. Not much. Well,
good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
We gotta link up here real soon. son.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is my good brother out of Lincoln, Nebraska. I want to have him on the show, man, because last year me and Swift got to build a relationship. We got to come down here to Austin and kick it with me or whatnot, and I feel like he had one of the most like interesting stories I've ever heard in my life. So like from because you're an immigrant for the people who don't know, but I want to let you get into telling your own story.
Whoa,
But
I'm not an immigrant.
not an immigrant. Do you ever say yourself that?
Well, I don't know. No, like when I was overseas, I was an immigrant there, but not here.
Oh, but not here. So it was the opposite.
Yeah, it was the
opposite. Oh, it was the opposite. Okay. Like I said, that's why I wanted you to tell your story because it's super intriguing. But I want you to kind of start from the top, bro. Like tell me the story. Like how'd you get overseas? What happened that brought you back over here? You told me a story about your uncle, if you remember. I'll let you touch on that a little bit. You can give as much as that as you want. But I kind of want you to tell your story starting from the beginning.
Well, first of all, you guys are already in this meeting, so I didn't, I already know Trey.
Oh, my bad.
I don't know.
That's right, I did.
Two people to the yeah. So
yeah. You met Leslie. You met Leslie in Nebraska before.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Okay.
Leslie.
Has to do at the bottom, right?
No, Leslie is our female Leslie. Co-host. Yes,
we met. Oh yeah. We met at Gravity. We met at Gravity. Mm-hmm. That's right. Y'all was sitting over there. Y'all look like y'all was just having a good time. Y'all don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, that was her.
Listen, it was the first time.
I probably was just raped. Okay.
I really sent a group of black people just sitting over there enjoying the music, drinking, socializing, and not doing the mostest with the whatever. You know what I mean? You guys, it's like if I was just chilling somewhere else, I could figure out that y'all was from out of town. Because y'all was just sitting there socializing, having a good time, and not really.
We call that sophistiratched.
Yeah, we sophistiratched.
That's my
good brother Blaze right there. That's the one that you didn't meet. That's it. Blaze is in Arizona.
What's happening? I'll meet you, bro. I'll be out there soon.
Yeah, he'll be out there.
Word. Yeah. So, my name is Charles Breeze. I go by DJ Swift. Before DJ Swift was created or invented or thought of, I was born in Akron, Ohio. So, my father's from Africa, and he came to America on a scholarship. Basically, they picked all the smartest people within this country called Monrovia, Liberia. It's right next to Sierra Leone, Ghana, Guinea, Ivory Coast, and stuff like that. It looked like a shoe, so my uncle was part of the government. And before, I would say, because I was in Africa when the coup d'etat happened, but he was in the military, and they pushed this program where all the smart people get to come to America to go to whatever, university to acquire some education that can go back home and be a key member in the government. So my father came up here. He went to Akron, Ohio, of all places. He went to Akron University, and of course he met my mom. One thing led to another. Here I am. But his path ended, and he had to go back to Africa. Well, that my mom, at the time, back in the 80s, man, drugs was cocaine is a hell of a drug,
Right.
So they didn't have that relationship that parents should have had, but he left. I was here. Things got really rough for my mom, and she tried to give me away. She tried to put me up for adoption. My grandmother heard the news, and she took me away from my mom, and she called my dad and said, "Listen, you got to come get your kid, or else, he's gonna end up in the system." So my father came up here and took me back to Africa. I was 4 years old when I went to Africa, and when I got there, man, it was a beautiful place. You know, when I came back home, and when I was living in when I moved to Philly after Ohio and Kansas City, you know, in Africa it was like limited to TV. So when I got here, and everybody woke up to me like, "Yo, man, was y'all wrestling tigers and shit over there, or do you guys wearing any clothes?" You know,
typical
and I used to,
shit.
yeah, basically Discovery Channel watchers. Right. But I lived in a house. I wore clothes. I spoke English, really simple. If I'm around my family, I can literally switch my voice just like that. And to the point you would hear bits and pieces of it, but it's like real simple English. We don't emphasize on the words. We don't do anything. It just flow. Mm-hmm. Then I also have another dialect of my father, because he's from a tribal nation, and my grandfather was the king in that town. And but that tribal language I never try to learn. You know, it's just too complicated to learn. I learned the basics. I want to go to school. I want to eat. I want to drink, and my name. Mm-hmm. I feel like that was a survival.
I don't want something that you said to get lost on people. You said your grandfather was the king of that town, that tribe.
Yeah, he was the king of that village that was living there.
What was the name of the village?
It's called Zwedru. Mm-hmm. So living in Africa, it was cool. I lived in a house. My father, my stepmom. I had I had 3 brothers, but one passed away, and I had about 4 sisters in the house, and we all, you know, my father, he got his master's in English while he was up here. And then when he went back, he became the head of the school board of the entire country. And he also had his hands in politics. So, you know, we was well off. Mm-hmm. And then I think I would say 86, my uncle decided to plan a coup d'etat where they overtook you see, over here, you guys call it the White House. Back there, it's kind of, I won't say it built the same, but it's really, really nice. It's called the Mansion. So him and his soldiers overtook the mansion. They assassinated the president. That stuff was on TV, where they lined up everybody on poles on the beach and executed them. And then he became the president. And then my father, you know, he became really heavily into politics. I mean, man, the boys had their own driver and vehicle. The girls had their own.
I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm just about to ask, like, with that type of lifestyle, did y'all have to have like security for y'all and stuff like that?
Nah, we just. I mean, we had our own. Like I said, the boys, we had our own car and our own driver. I guess he was kind of like the driver and the security. I guess you would say, but. Yeah. You know, we ended up. My father ended up building a house in a town that him and our uncle bought, like a really big area. So we wasn't really living, you know, where you can walk outside and see neighbors. We live like in a secluded area. It was like farms all around us and stuff, but it was basically in the city. And Montrell's gone.
Oh, he'll probably be back. You good? You keep going.
Later on in 1980, and I can remember this day very, very well. We got taken out of school, and we got home. And when I got home, when the boys got home that day, well, I got pulled out of school by myself, and I was taken to my father's office, and by the time we got home, none of my brothers and sisters were home, and I kept on wondering, like, you know, where's everybody? And then my stepmom showed up. She had my youngest brother and my youngest sister with her, and then we left and went to see her mom. Later that night, we got put in a car and we drove overnight from Liberia to Sierra Leone. It was like hours. I never knew what was going on, you know. I remember that night like it was yesterday because my father hit a dog that night. You know, and I remember my mom was in the back seat and she was telling him not to stop, just to keep going. You know, so from Sierra Leone we waited a day, and then we hopped the plane, and then we went to Nigeria, and then it was when I was told that there was a war going on, and it was about to hit the inner city. So I lived. My father stayed. I didn't know where my other family, my brothers and sister were. You know, at the end of the day, is a stepmom. So she basically got her 2 kids and me because I'm an American citizen. If anything, me being in Africa, if anything would have happened to me, there would have, my father and my stepmom would have been held responsible, you know. So it was, she had to take me. Mm-hmm. But if I wasn't, I would have got left behind. So we're in Nigeria, and we lived there for a while. And then I went from Nigeria, things wasn't really working out. We went to Ivory Coast. It was an all French-speaking country. And then my stepmom gave me away to the family. And I remember me going to that house. And when I got there, I was probably 10 years old. 10 or 11 years old.
If you can help me out with something, what was who was the family that she gave you to?
I don't know.
Oh, it was just a random family.
Just a family member from my father's side.
Oh, on your father's side. Okay.
Yeah. So when I got there, normally, like in the house, that's how I know how important my father, were at the time. So we got there, and of course, I was told I was staying there. So here's the African thing. You know how like here, the mom makes dinner, dad can go grab his plate whenever the hell he wants to. The kids can go in there and she'd probably make their plate or whatever. Mm-hmm. Dad can sit with the kids or at the table and eat, or you can go sit whatever. In Africa, the mom is supposed to, once that food is done, she would take out a portion for her husband, go to the table and set it all up, and then dish out the kids and stuff like that and give it to them. At a younger age, this is why I knew how important I was and my father were, is when we got there, his, like where he sit, the crap that he eats in was given to me. Like the dish out, whatever, they put it to where he sits. I mean, everything. 10 or 11 years old. And it did that for a little over a month, where I would wake up in the morning, I would just go sit down where he sits, I would eat, he would be sitting over there. I wake up, I would go play around. Dinner time, I would come in with everybody, I would sit in the same spot, eat. She would, clear everything up. Till as a kid, I felt so weird to the point where one day she put the food on the table, I picked it up, I went in the kitchen, I just dumped it in the same bowl where the other kids was, and I said, yo, let's eat. And then we all ate out of the same thing. So right then and there, from that day on, they realized, like, okay, you don't want to do that, I learned how to speak French really, really good, but then I lost it because 1991, the war was over. 1990, the war was over, and I ended up going back to Africa. When I got there, here's where, for me, for the few who knows me, know I'm very humble. Because when I got back to the country that I grew up in, that I loved, we couldn't walk up to a power and do this. There was no power. We couldn't watch TV. You couldn't walk in your shower and turn the faucet on and get water.
Was that because of the war?
Yeah, because they had killed so many people and dumped up in the sewers or the water. They call this place, contaminated and stuff like that. So when I go watch movies like I Am Legend, how some shit came through and messed up the whole entire spot, and then cars just parked everywhere, buildings abandoned. You can't eat this, you can eat that. You got to go look for scraps and stuff like that. Similar but worse.
Yeah.
We took shower. Look, I was there until September 17, 1996. 1997. And from that time I got back, from the time I got back to that country, the time I left, I took showers out of a bucket we ate. We used for power or to be able to see. We used candles, lanterns. We cook on wood or charcoal. The time y'all use charcoal is when y'all barbecuing for the holidays.
Right.
But we use that on a daily basis. We cook out of pots and pans on that. It was really different because you as a younger age, you grew up in a big ass house. You have your own maid, your own driver, your own car. Your father comes in from work. We'll all go to the movie room and we'll watch. Back in the day, it was Betamax, the little small tapes, and then it went to V. So when people say you from Africa and think I lived in a village, when I start talking about my childhood, it'd be like, oh my God, it's like a slave from America was sent by, I forgot the president. His last name is Monroe. I think James Monroe. If I'm not, I don't know all the presidents here, but
shit, neither do we. But you cooking, keep going.
Yeah. So that president freed some slaves and was sent there. So they took part of his name and named the country Liberia, like Monrovia, Liberia, Monroe. So the flag is similar. You guys have all your stars, of all 50, what is it, 52, 53 states or whatever. For us, it's just a one big star. Same, red, white, and blue stripes. So we brought the war. I know when I talk about me fleeing, what brought the war? One of the reasons why, one of the things I came to know about America, man, America is people in the government is vicious as hell. When my uncle overtook the government, what he figured out where this place called Firestone, imagine a big area with just a bunch of trees, and those trees produce rubber. And America bought that place like a penny on a dollar or something, like really cheap. So the president that made the deal, basically, they gave him millions. And then, how people do deal, like, listen, we're from America, we got millions. Mm-hmm. We'll give you 2-3 million American dollar, and you give us that place worth of a penny on the dollar. You rich, but over there, you give it to us for like 50 years. Like, those were the country resources that he was giving away for little or nothing. So when the coup happened and my uncle took over the government, became president, he was now negotiating with America saying, listen, how much we owe you guys on this contract? We want that land back because that's rubber. You guys got your hands in our diamond mines. You got, America had their paw so deep in our country, there was no, the way it looked like would have been going for years and the country would have still been poor. So my uncle, who never graduated high school, president, and they felt like they could just walk, he's not smart. But that dude was like
brilliant.
He could devour a book, like whatever. He was like, how some smart people, like you think they're supposed to, well, Jay-Z, I don't know if Jay-Z ever graduated college, but a lot of these athletes or whoever it is that never graduated college, but nowadays they just book smart and they successful. And he was that dude. So he built things. He put the country to work. They acquired diamonds. I mean, they acquired so many resources that he sold it and got the money back. And he was now about to purchase that money-making land back from the American government. And I don't think the American government really liked that very much, because there was a guy who was up here in America in jail. His name was Charles Taylor. And he was once in the army here. I guess he was discharged, or he committed some crime and he was locked up in jail. Homeboy vanished overnight and landed in Africa with guns and ammunition and everything. And basically the government and the American government paid him to go over there and overtake the country. Like, what's the movie?
War Dogs.
War Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
When you what's the TV show? Snowfall.
Mm-hmm.
All that when I'm sitting there watching it, America doing what they need to do to get money to support some other illegal arms dealer or to fight a war or something like that benefits. It was something just like that. Dude came in, killed a lot of people, man. Like, but that war, I wasn't there for it. So when the war was over, went back home. My father kind of lost his status, and then you go from having your own driver to walking miles to school. It's kind of crazy.
What happened to your uncle?
My uncle. Good question, though. Good question. A trap was set for my uncle. The guy who brought the war, or one of his generals, said, he needed to go somewhere so they can do peace, so they can talk peace, and it was a trap, and they captured him and tortured and killed him, and they recorded it. It's actually on YouTube. I can literally go to YouTube right now and type in his name, and it'll pop up.
Oh my
God. So, well, I was actually playing that day in Ivory Coast when it sent someone to fetch me, I guess. And when I got to the house, my stepmom, my auntie, the man of the house, and his wife, they was waiting for me out front. And when I got up, there was like, we've been watching the news, and they capture Uncle, and they've been they're torturing them and stuff like that, and it's being broadcast live. So I walked in the house, and that was what I was watching on TV. By the time I got there, they had cut off both his ears. It was brutal to see it as a young kid.
Ooh, talking about to make me cry.
Right, that's a brutal to see as an adult.
And they broadcast that on TV?
Yeah. Shit. Yeah, they broadcast it on TV. He was the president. The movie, what's the movie? I can't think about it. It was like, it's three parts of it, and it's Gerard Butler, where the first one overtook the White House. Then the second one, he was somewhere in London, and then they captured him, and he was like,
"Yeah, I know some."
Don't let
White House down.
Don't let them kill me. If you have to kill me yourself, do it, because I don't want my death to be brought up on YouTube, where somebody can just go to YouTube and pull up and see. I don't want my boy to have to live through that. That was real, because that's exactly what happened. Like, if you want, nowadays, what's not on YouTube? So, we end up, like, the war was over. I went home. Life was different. Walking to school. I found this out later on, that my late grandmother, step grandmother, whatever, my sisters, my stepmom, mother, and sister told her, now the fact that you guys are not making enough money anymore, and I was the favorite because I was an American child, that has to change, because if anything, he would pick his American son over your kids. So her goal was to fuck up my life. I went from sleeping in the bed in the same room as my brothers to sleeping on the floor. And when I say living room, most living room here has a couch. It has carpet. Our living room was different. It was just a table, hard table, and chairs, because, things weren't different. We weren't watching TV anymore. There was no power. So our living room was just a long table with chairs, seating chairs. And wood chairs. I went sleeping on the hard floor. From there, I was placed in the kitchen on the floor. From the kitchen, I was placed on the patio. I was the dirtiest kid in the house, basically. So she was doing her job. I remember one night I was sleeping, and I was waking up by bullets. My father literally came on the patio and basically let off a few shots because there was somebody trying to break into the house. And it was easy because the way the house was built up, it had like a little space. All you got to do is just climb up and just get through that space, and you're right there on the patio. And in Africa, if someone kills someone at that time after the war, you just kill someone. People will come and see my dead body. They'll probably walk down a few part in the bush, dig a hole, roll me up in a cloth, and just toss my body and cover it up. That lady literally placed me in harm's way by doing that. And I think at the end of the day, what it was her end game. That somebody would have killed me on that patio, and there's no, you don't have an American son twice. It happened twice with my father. So then they moved me back into the kitchen. It went on like that for years. And then one day, it was on a Saturday, and my father had left and went to another country for a peace talk, because even though we was there was still war the war was still going on, but it was going on outside, in other villages and stuff like that. So my father left and went to Nigeria for a peace talk. And I guess while it was gone, it got pretty bad. It hit the city again. And that time, I was there for it. It was too late to leave. A lot of talks were made with the American government, and it was asking me to leave, but I said I didn't want to leave without my brother, because I could have taken somebody with me if I wanted to. And she wanted me to take her daughter or one of her son, but my option were, when it came and asked me, I said I want to take my older brother, because he was handicapped. Like, he was born with a defect where his whole body grew, but just one leg just stayed infant, like a baby leg, so he couldn't walk straight. I was his cane, my shoulder. When we walk, he always had his hand on my shoulder. We walk and stuff like that. So when they came and asked me, at the time I just turned 15. Like, who would I want to? And I said I would like my brother to come. And so when that decision was made, my stepmom did everything she could to procrastinate that paperwork. So I stayed for that war. And I remember us being in the car, fleeing to the army base. People, we hit a street where bullets was flying. Like, you could hear shooting and you just hear bullets flying. And I was in the back. We had a little station wagon, and I was in the trunk of the station wagon, but you can still see out the window. Bullets was flying. So we got to the army base, and some chaotic, was taken to the general home, and the idiot house is like the tallest house. You have to climb a whole shit of stairs to go to his house. It's like a target. So they were just shooting that thing all day. So he said, "Okay, we're not safe up here." He placed us with one of his lieutenants and his family. So we left that night and went over his house. Now imagine being on an army base where the sole purpose of that war is to capture that army base. So sometimes we'll be given 48 hours. And for 48 hours, they are shooting, they are bombing that base. Like, you can be walking with someone, and by the time you look, the person is on the ground because straight bullet. My cousin died like that. We always playing soccer, and a straight bullet came and hit him. He ended up dying 2 days later. I remember sitting on a porch clowning with my brothers, and all of a sudden we'll just hear, ooh. So the thing is, when you're hearing that sound, you have to look up to see where it's going to land because you can see it. So if it's landing somewhere, you got to run the opposite direction. It just I forgot what it's called. When you're watching those Vietnamese movies and they grab that crap and they just chuck it in that thing and then they take cover.
Mortar fire.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
They were sending them things in the army base like hotcakes. I mean, the home in front of me got bombed. The man, rest in peace, man. The lady, her father was one of the funniest and nice guy. The thing dropped in the house. I saw him. That thing threw him out of the window. You know, I made friends with people that are on the soccer field. 2 days later, I see them carrying their bodies in wheelbarrow. That's the reason why today I've been back home since '97. I have never owned a gun because the shit that people do out here for just I lived it. The shit people do on TV, like we'll watch those war movies. I lived it. I'll own a gun someday, but I don't know. After that, I came back home and I was placed. So my stepmom procrastinated so much that when the war was over, my uncle, who lived up here, sent for his daughter. Now, I call her my sister because we grew up together. She lives in Kansas City now. And we came back home together. So I was living with my uncle. You know, you're in America. My father told my uncle, do not let him go live with his family because it will be two things. You'll either be successful or not. And I was mad when I heard that, but looking at my mom's side of the family, I'm glad that didn't happen because you know, things are not right with that side of the family. So, but at a younger age, you know, I always ask why I can go see my mom or why I can't. My uncle is vicious, man. The dude, when his daughter got home, he took his daughter shopping, and the motherfucker gave me all his clothes that he was wearing when he lived up here. I mean, the bare bottom pants, the disco shirts, and shit like that. That's what I was wearing to go to school. Mm-hmm. And in Philly, the thing is, when I came back, I went to Ohio, but he packed his bag and moved to Philly, where a lot of Africans were. So Philly, man, back in that time, man, Tim's, Levi jeans, the whole jean suits, that's what was popping. You know, jerseys, basketball jerseys. You can wear it. You can put the hoodie up, put the jersey underneath it. You got your Guess jeans with your Timbs. Yeah. Those were the outfits back then. Now imagine everybody going to school like that, but your boy going to school with bad bottom pants, disco shirts, and some fucked up shoes that he got from a dollar store. I don't know how much that's what I was wearing to go to school. I got beat up so many times. Like, I mean, it came to the point where like it was common to get picked on or to get beat on, you know, and you're an African kid. So one day we came to Kansas City to visit, so I knew of KC. And I told my aunt one day, I was like, look, I got to come visit for the summer because I'm tired of living with dude. Like, he moved his daughter to the good school in the suburb, but I was going to the East Side High, lean on me shit in the city, where there's graffitis on the wall and all that. So that was the school I was going to. So I told my aunt one day, like, yo, I want to come visit Kansas City. So I went over there. That was my second trip to KC for the summer. Went to go pick up my cousin from school because he was playing sports. I walked into school. I'm like, because, you know, I'm still, a little bit of African still in me because I was there for a long time. So, so I was like, I'm looking around. I'm like, is this the school? She's like, yeah. I was like, there ain't no graffitis on the wall. This kid passed by me, got a suit on. I'm like, does he work for the school? I was like, that's a student. So the counselor, she talking to me. So I told my aunt, I was like, I want to live here. You know, so that's how come I ended up in Kansas City. It came to a point, I graduated school. School is important to me because due to the war, I literally, missed some years. So when I got back, the school was like, yo, we want to put you in the grade that fits your age. And I was like, I don't think my father would like that. I think he would want me to start where I left off. So I should have graduated in 99, but I graduated in 2001. So with that being said, in order for me to graduate that time, I had to go to school full time. So when I think school starts at 8:20-ish in the morning, I wasn't leaving school until 9 o'clock at night. So imagine all day just in school, just doing what I needed to do to graduate. That's all, when I graduated, I say, for a split second, I was like, mental hell with college. But I ended up going to Johnson County Community College.
Yeah.
I have a couple kids. I'm a father of 3. Child support, that's. Listen, I never heard that saying until I watched when we used to say that to me all the time. It's cheaper to keep her. I think it was on Martin, one of Martin episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew until when I was like, oh, that's what we got that from. But child support. Let me. I went homeless 3 times. Because of child support, and to the point it got really, really bad. I ended up here because at the time I was working for Google in Kansas City. I think it was my first time. A long time ago, I worked for a fiber company out of Dallas where I travel a lot, installing, building fiber active cable and data center infrastructures and traveling around, the states and installing them things. So getting a job for Google was pretty easy. But at that time, I was at my worst. The job that was offered to me by a company that was paying like $32 an hour. They offered me the job, then they snatched it away and give it to somebody else. Then they called me back and was like, "Yo, you got the job, man. Listen, we're gonna snatch it away and give it to somebody else." They did that shit 5 times, and the 5 times they snatched it away, they give it to Caucasian guys. No shit, And then one day, my friend of mine, he was like, "Listen, this man is homeless. He's been living in his car for 8 months." I think that was the 3rd time they did it. He was like, "We've got to give this man this job because he needs it." And they took the job. It's okay. You would start. I didn't say you would start August. I think it was August 16 or something like that. Back in 2013, 2014 at the time. And I knew it was like, okay, if I get that job and I'm working, it should be extra money for me to go probably, go get a room for rent or maybe sleep in a hotel because I knew it was about to get cold, to snatch the job and to give it to somebody else. I spent all winter in my car. Like I would drive to a job site, do my job, and where everybody leaving, I'll just go around the corner, to like an open parking lot, park my car and sit in my car. And like I went without, it was like Africa all over again, not showering for days, living on water and bread and peanut butter. Like my sister, actually, when she got back from the military from overseas, she was the one that actually took me in her house for a few times, and then I ended up getting a room for rent later on. And the guy was pretty nice, real, a retired Navy vet, had a big house going through a divorce, 2 boys. He gave me this room, had my own bathroom and everything. And then one day they called, it was like, "Listen, you got the job to come to Nebraska." That's how I ended up in Lincoln, Nebraska. When I got to Nebraska, man, I was like, child support is still haunting me, and what can I do to get some extra cash? Back in 2011, I used to promote clubs back in Kansas City, and then I ended up going off on my own. There was a spot called Avalon Ultra Lounge. That place was beautiful, so beautiful. The problem is the club I was at closes at 3, but because I crossed like 6, 7, 8 blocks down the road, that bar closes at 1:30, at 2 o'clock. So it was perfect because we would come there, powwow, have a good time, and then for whatever hour and a half, they would just go down 7 blocks. Then we'll kick it at the same spot. The highlight of that whole thing is at the end of the day, I ended up hosting Jamar Charles. He was the running back for the Kansas City Chiefs. He was one time he was the top running back in the NFL, and I did his birthday bash. I got the call. It was like, yo, we heard you the promoter for the club, and Jamar Charles wants to do his birthday party there. He wants you to come meet him at a spot downtown. Went up and met him. Cool dude. I think I still got the picture on my other computer to this day. So I used to admire the DJ that I had, and then one day I was like, you know what? So when I moved up here, I was like, look, I got to pick up something else to fill the time to get extra cash. And then I was like, you know what? Let me chase that dream. I always want to learn how to DJ, and I bought my first equipment because not only that was I making good money, man. The company was paying me $30-some an hour, unlimited overtime, and I was paying for my living, extra $1,200. And God is good. God is good.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to get my own spot. I was paying my child support on the regular. I remember one day, man, back then it was so hot, and I was walking home from work, like Kansas City, Missouri, to going to Kansas. I mean, I would leave work. I would start working lit up at 4:30. Sometimes I would get home to like 10 o'clock at night because I'm walking home. And then one of these days I walked past this dealership, and it was a Chrysler 300, and it just came out. You know, that body style, I look like a what is it now?
Rolls Royce, the
look like a Rolls Royce Phantom.
Yeah.
And but this one was a 2013. And I was like, dude was like, you want to test drive? I was like, bro, I can't. I'm walking home, man. You see me sweating here in this heat. I said, I don't know, I can't afford that. But I said, one day though. One day. And right now I own that car. It's parked in my garage right now. So God,
yeah.
You know, God is good, man. But I bought my first DJ equipment. I went around Lincoln asking Lincoln, like, yo, even like DJ KB, D-Love. I even went to Rozell's spot when it was Zell's Lounge, try to get in on there. It didn't really happen. And I met this white boy. His name is Jeff Witt. Jeff Witt was the one that actually plugged me up, man. He put me at Brothers. And then Brothers told him, yo, he really nice mixing music. And then he said, listen, we're gonna do the Real Yard for the Husker Game Days 2017. And in the Real Yard, he introduced the whole Real Yard to me. And then I started DJing. Fast forward now, nobody wanted to show me how to do this thing. You know what I mean? Like right now, I do this like now for the radio. I'm actually writing for my equipment. I own, like, imagine having nothing. Now I own I own a bunch of equipment. I just started my wedding business called Platinum Vibe DJ Wedding Services. I work for 2 radio stations now. I work for Red 94.5 in Lincoln. I do that mixing Monday to Fridays. I do a show on air from 3 to 5 where you hear me talking on the air. And I recently bought a house. I'm in my, I'm engaged.
Yeah. Blessings on top of blessings.
Yeah, I'm engaged. She's upstairs right now. I can't. So due to the fact that I live in Omaha now, I had to do my show out of Power 106.9 in the building over here. They caught me talking and caught me mixing one day, and now I work for Power 106.9. So like the marathon, I got the Crenshaw hat on, for a reason, because one day it was so hot that I pulled up in the gas station just to go, underneath the thing, just to get, and this dude walked up to me. He had this CD in his hand. I think I still have that CD to this day. And he walked up to me. He's like, "Yo, man, you want to buy this CD?" I'm like, "Bro, if you look in the car, you see my blankets, my shoes, my clothes. The car is thick. It looked like, what I mean, I'm a hoarder, but I'm actually homeless, man. I don't have no money to buy this. He was like, I was like, but who the artist? He was like, is this cat out of California? His name is Nipsey Hussle. And he just released this new album called The Crenshaw. He was selling the album for like $100. Basically, he bootlegged the damn album and he was selling it for $50. So I was like, I don't have $50, bro. At all. I don't have it. He was like, well, what you can spare? I said, I got $10. He was like, so he hands me the Crenshaw CD. I popped that CD. I listened to that CD from 2013 all the way to 2000. When I moved up here was December 14 of 2015. That CD played in my car every day. The moment I bought the Chrysler, I ejected the CD out my Hyundai Sonata and slid it right into the Chrysler. And then I could have been dead a long time ago, and I could have given up a long time ago. But instead, the marathon is been a walk, Mm-hmm. It's been a walk. And I'm blessed to be here because look at me now. I know I had a chance to go to Texas to kick it with a very great dude. Invited me to his home, cooked us an amazing breakfast. Drove us around. I know Trey. I know Lamar, his wife, his kids. I met my fiance. And today the only part, man, I don't want to get emotional, but the only part of my life that doesn't complete the whole thing is that my brother is not here to see it.
Yeah, you could share with us what happened. I know I don't want you to get too emotional, too personal, but you could have shared with us what happened with your brother. So
when I left Africa, and they got bad again. So my father ended up, after that war, when I left, he became head of state. So for a short time, he was the president for a little bit. And then they give him the job. They call it Minister of State. But basically is what you guys call Secretary of Defense. Mm-hmm. Wait, you got the president, vice president. Who's next? That's the Secretary of Defense, right?
Secretary of State.
Yeah, Secretary of State. So he became the Secretary of State. So the guy who brought the war for election, they ended up, for the strangest things, they ended up making that dude president. He was elected. So in order not to feel threatened, he basically locked all key members, all smart people. So my father was basically placed on a big compound where he couldn't leave. So basically, it wasn't. I mean, Nelson Mandela, man, was that man. That man is a pillar. Almost met him though, but basically, like my dad up on a compound where they couldn't leave. It was detained for years. So my stepmom now was in charge of the house. So it was my older brother, sister, her two kids. Somebody had to go. So she started treating the other kids bad, not feeding them, not whatever. So my sister and my brother fled the country because if another war would have broke out, they would have been left alone. They went to Sierra Leone and they was living on a refugees camp. Well, my brother, not only the fact that he was a handicap, or should I say a cripple, but he ended up getting the discovery he had diabetes. So no medication. I remember my sister calling me in Kansas City to let me know what was going on. So I was working at McDonald's at the time. So I was sending our income tax at the end of the year just for medication or to process his paperwork so he could come home. So I want to come here to come to America. And she called me one day and was like, she has been asking my dad for him to go back home in Liberia because my mom was working for a Catholic hospital and she could have helped. And my dad basically didn't want that to happen. So I remember calling my father, man, and we begged him. It's life or death. And that man didn't budge. My brother died in Sierra Leone.
In the refugee camp.
In the refugee camp. I don't even know where he's buried.
Man, it's kind of hard not to get emotional hearing your story, man. But I, like where you at today and overcoming all that, it just let me know like your character and how strong of a brother you are, man. And I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, definitely appreciate our friendship and getting to know you over the years, man. Because you one of the most humblest, the coolest people I've ever met in my life. You know what I mean? But I do have a question, like with you, because I know you've been kind of seeing what's going on with the refugees coming over here to America. Like, does that have a soft spot in your heart when you see that kind of stuff? Because I know a lot of people that I know who are conservative and in between that have very strong feelings about this stuff, and they just think these people are no good.
You know, like I have zero problem with that. Like, you know, to this day, I walk around knowing that I could have been, and the thing is, okay, like here in America, right? Like you get it at a certain age, 18, you probably go off to college, 21, you get back home, your parents say, look, you got to go do something with yourself. You go get your own apartment. You work here, you're doing your thing, you meet somebody, and then y'all go build a family together. Back in Africa, man, it's not like that. You know what I mean? Like people be like really 40-something living in the same house with their parents. You know what I mean? Like grown. The culture is just different.
Yeah.
If your family, if your parents are plugged in, like got a good job and plugged in with the city, then your dad can give you a job. And that's a no-brainer. You just say, hey, my son works here. There's no application. There's nothing. You just bring in the work ones and say, hey, your job is to do this. You're going to get paid what you're going to get paid. And that's how, that's how the country, used to handle this thing. But here, man, like what bothers me is people will get that opportunity to come up here, to make something, to change themselves. And then they follow the wrong path and give other refugees a bad name. Like in Philly, a lot of people from and I also say my country because my father's from Africa. I walk around all the time saying I'm the original African American. Mom is American, dad's from Africa. But all kid aside, man, Africans in Philly has gotten deported. There's a high number in Philly and Minnesota that have gotten deported back to Africa because they come up here, they robbing, they stealing because they got that dog mentality now. They kids who was in the war who had to literally pick up a gun to fight for their life got a chance to come up here and they're still trying to live that life. So they pick up guns, they rob and they're doing this. And oh wait, you're not from here? You got a green card? Denied. You go back home. So, but then I see other people how they get treated in the system here, and it breaks my heart. Which is like in Lincoln, I see a lot of Africans and stuff like that, man, who just want a chance to go to school, to get an education, to get a better job, to support their family back home. Then I meet others, and I be like, you're gonna get deported, just straight out the gate. Like when you actually, just one guy actually got called it. Like every time he go, like Main Street, when I DJ Main Street for a couple of years back in Lincoln, like this dude would go to the club every night and have a fight. I told him dead to his face one day. I said, "You gonna get deported." And the last time I asked, he got deported. Listen, man, like America is great, bro. Like it can be great. It can change people's lives, but it's just I realize now it's what you do when you come up here, bro. That's
It's mentality, man.
Yeah, it's that mentality what you do when you come up here. And refugees, man, like it when I see a refugee, like, and you come up here and you waste your life, right? And you could find a hidden talent and you waste your life. That could have been my brother's trip. You know, like that was my mindset for a long time. Like when my brother died, because bro, that process, just to get on papers to come up here, that's a long process.
Yeah.
A very long process. So when he passed away and I meet a refugee and like you just doing whatever, I'd be like, the reason why it took a long time, the reason why it took that long, because your name was on that list as well. And I look at that as that could have been him. That could have been his trip. And it was blown on you. And you came to America and you did nothing with it. And now you got deported back. I had that mentality for a long time. But sometimes you just got like I have tats all over my hand and it's all his favorite things. We used to watch this movie where, he's like you love tigers and stuff, like a tiger here, his name here. I mean, every single tat besides one is all about him, which is why, like when I meet, like people at my job always ask me, why do I always, when I see a guy, like no matter what color, whatever, the first one to come out, I'm either a sir or brother. From that moment on, I started calling everybody brother. Like, if I don't call you sir, I'll be like, what's up, bro? Or what's up? Like, I would literally say brother. Like at work, I'll be like, okay, brother. Like, in my email, I'll say, hey, brother, what's up? And one day in the meeting, I was like, yo, why you calling me your brother? Why you calling me your brothers? I was like, imagine if we all were. Because I'm going to pick up a gun to end your life. You not know, it's crazy because people, it's easy now. But if we all were, maybe life would be different.
Yeah.
Man, that's a dope, beautiful sentiment, man.
I'm thankful for you.
Man, for real, bro.
So thankful for you.
Appreciate you
And
showing up here.
I know this isn't probably the route that you would like to go, but if given the opportunity, I will beat the shit out your stepmama. Okay.
Listen.
I mean that from the bottom of my heart because she's out of control. I will really beat her ass, and that's just me telling you that I love you. Okay.
That's what love's here about. Hey, but I'm gonna tell you this though, brother. Like just hearing your story, man, to see where you at. I done been in the car with my family and heard a DJ Swift come on the radio. Like that's a real thing. You know what I mean? Like right where it come on, my little girl like, oh, ain't that your friend? You know what I mean? And it's just, it make me proud to even say all that is. Absolutely, brother. So like,
definitely,
man, I hear you on the radio.
Salute,
you know what I mean?
Salute to you, man. Because
and it make me feel like I just feel so ungrateful right now. Yeah. I feel so ungrateful right now.
The stuff you've been through would have broke a lot of people, man.
No. All right, so
absolutely, baby.
I kept this part. So hidden talent. I never knew what that was. One of my favorite movies is this movie called A Bronx Tale. I don't know if you guys seen it before. Robert De Niro, where Robert De Niro's son witnessed a gangster kill a dude out in broad daylight, and the kid didn't snitch. And then the gangster took the son, Robert De Niro's son on his wing, I watched that movie the fourth day I got back to America. It was on HBO, and I remember that was one of the movie I actually watched all the way through. And at the end of the movie, they talk about waste of talent, and for years I searched, what is my hidden talent? Now I dance. I used to dance. I was in the dance group and everything like that. I almost went on tour with Tech N9ne at one time, but I missed that trip. But I told my hidden talent was dancing. And then I picked up this thing where I asked a lot of people to help me, like people who I admired, like people back in Kansas. I was like, yo, can you help me show me how to DJ? And everybody said, no, like just blew me off. YouTube. Everything I learned today is off YouTube because other DJs download their stuff on YouTube. They talk about how to do stuff like that. And when I moved to Lincoln, like 2015, 2016, I sat up all 2016. Never really DJed heavily like that. 2017, I got that spot at Brothers on New Year's Eve for the Husker game that was in the rail yard. Fast forward to 2019, I got signed on a contract to work for Red. I was doing DJing heavily every weekend. Now I'm doing weddings. I went to a weddings expo. I got this new sick DJ booth with the entire thing is a TV screen. First ever made. And I went to a wedding expo, man, and it went crazy. Where next year I'm hoping to just stack up. But which is why I was gonna holler at Jay, my man Jay over here, because I might be needing some stuff for. I don't know if you guys can. I'm gonna try to get it to the camera. But that's Cox work. But the whole entire thing is a. But the whole entire thing is a TV screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this thing I grew to love, man. Nobody really, showed me. And 5 months before she died, she felt bad that she tried to give me away. I was having a heart-to-heart conversation. And she's like, the reason why I didn't come around as your mom when you got back home because I felt bad that I tried to give you away. And it was my responsibility to take care of you. And we talked, and I was like, my life, everybody's life has ups and downs, But we here, I went through a lot. And the conversation was being had when I was like here in Nebraska, and I was, had a little bit of a name for myself. And then she was like, "What? So what are you doing now?" And I was like, "Well, I work for this company, but I'm a DJ now. I'm doing it. I love it and stuff like that." My mom was a DJ.
Your biological mom?
Yep.
Wow.
She had her own show. She had her own show on the internet. Like when I want to go visit, she showed me. She would just sit, go on the internet. She would talk. She would play. It was always R&B music and 90s, 80s, slow jams and stuff like that. She would talk to people. Like she wasn't like on the turntables or some DJing, but she did it at her own computer. Like she would talk to people. She had the most smoothest voice ever, man. Like she's the type of person like you'd be mad at your mom, but she would just when she come to you and just she can just say I'm sorry, baby, and it's just done.
Yeah.
5 months later, and then she died right before COVID.
Yeah.
I got a call. Like I remember, like I was just talking about it too. I was like, I'm going to go see my mom, here real soon. I was at a gate 25. I was sitting there with a few friends talking, and my phone rang. Now I know when a call comes from Ohio that late, like 11 o'clock, it's never good. And my heart just went straight to my mom. Like it was ringing, and I was with Valencia at the time, and she was like, "You gonna answer it?" I said, I gotta say it's bad news. I think it's my mom. She had another stroke again. It's not good. And the moment I answered that phone, my cousin Danielle was crying. I said, my mom was watching TV and on her favorite couch. And I guess she had another stroke on the couch. So like people do this thing because they love it. Some people do it because of the money. Some people do it because of both. But at that moment, I knew I'd do it for a whole lot of reasons. One, it's my hidden talent because it was my mom's. Two, it saved my life. Three, I love the fuck out of this thing. Mm-hmm. And I went Power 1069 threw me to the wolves. And they had a concert here for Ice Cube, and it just said here.
I remember seeing that concert.
Yeah, it was like here. You know, yeah. You get a DJ for 2 hours. You know, let's see what you can do. By the time I left the stage, there was offering me a job.
Mm. And that was recent too. Wasn't that just a few months ago?
Yeah, a few months ago.
Yeah,
I actually I took a picture with Dub C. If that's his I don't know which one is it that I found out they kind of fell out. And he was cool, man.
Yeah, Dub C, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, Charles, man, tell the people where they can find you at, bro. So, give them your socials. Of course, I'm gonna post everything in the link of the video when I post it online tomorrow. But
yeah, of course, if you're in Lincoln, come check out R&B Night once a month. It's at Braskem Bar. Trey been there. Yeah, it's a different vibe. And the thing is, go ahead, Trey.
I was gonna say it's an adult vibe.
Yeah,
that's what type of vibe it is. It's an adult vibe. Ain't gonna be no fighting. It's gonna be good music. 90s R&B, hip hop. You know what I mean? Early 2000s. It's just a good vibe, man.
And behind the whole truth is like Lamar, like like clubs. My brother Lamar don't come out no more. Man, he's like another brother that I met. Where it's like he gives the best advice. Like I'm in love with my fiance. Like for me, I got love for everybody, but it's at a certain level. Like Lamar is, like I said at my birthday, he's the missing words in my thoughts. Like I'll be thinking about something, and I'm like, okay, let me call Lamar real quick. You know what I mean? And we'll talk and we'll chop it up. My fiance completes me. You know what I mean? But it's just certain people in your life that in your life for a reason. You know what I mean? And I'm glad I met him because through him, I met Trey. I met you, Jay. So it's like, you know what I mean? Now through Lamar again, now I'm meeting you lovely folks, here on the Zoom. But you can find me on Instagram, official_DJ Swift. Facebook, Charles Breeze, DJ Swift. And you can, if you want to catch me on the radio, Monday through Fridays, from 3 to 6. So from 3 to 5, I'm talking live between music. At 6 o'clock, at 5 o'clock, I mix till 6. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I DJ live on Power 1069 from 5 to 6. So I can, you see the time there, like Lincoln 5 to 6, Omaha 5 to 6, because the cool thing is sometimes you won't catch Power 1069 in Lincoln. You gotta have a really damn good car to catch it. But if not, man, like radio is radio. Like you can do 50 things. I can be DJing live at 5 here, live at 5 there, live at 5 over here. It's just the exposure. Mm-hmm. So, but catch the mix, man. So tap in and hopefully one day I can go DJ in Texas. Yeah,
we gonna get you there, man. This is a platform that we are working for to build for everybody, man. That's why I want to have you on. I knew you had a extremely powerful, motivating story, man. Like I said, I appreciated every moment of this. Definitely appreciate you showing up, man. And like I said, everybody, y'all check out Swift. Like I said, I'll post his socials in the link of the podcast and the link of YouTube, so y'all can check him out and reach out to him. Man, if y'all don't got nothing else, I'm gonna wrap this up, brother. I'm gonna put a button on this because I can't follow that up with nothing.
Right.
Man, thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for having me. Like, I catch the show all the time on YouTube, and sometimes I would tap in on it on Instagram when you leave the little clip.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all be going at it, bro. Y'all listen. You know, when I'm sitting at work and stuff like that, I got the 3 monitors at work and stuff. So like on the screen over here, I would just tap in on Instagram. I'm on YouTube and just have that joint be playing. And I'll be sitting with these headphones on. I'll be dying laughing. Everybody, what are you laughing at? I'll be like, you don't want to know.
You wanna know? No, tell him shit. Tell him. Fuck that. Tell him. It was an episode where you was talking, Jay, and you had to stop, and because Trey was doing something over there, he like no, wait. It was a screen, like his screen was half over here, like he was like, bro, why your screen like? Bro, he do it all the time.
He was trying to embarrass me, man. Instead of just sending me that text.
Because I was listening. It was getting good, and when he stopped, and everybody started laughing, so I stopped working, and I went to the thing, and I rewinded, and I'm like.
Then you had to look at the fool on the camera.
He had the whole screen, but his face was like here.
Listen, Swift, I'm on background number 25, man. I've been in every corner of my house.
He's like, I'm trying to make some shit work over here.
Trying to make this man happy. Man.
But man, listen, man. I would like one of these days. One of the things like I would love to come to one of these days, Jay and I was talking yesterday, and I was like, listen, I'm because I used to broadcast live over the pandemic, you know what I mean, because DJ was on lockdown, so I had the whole broadcast and live thing. I did create this thing called Mixcloud for DJs, where you can build a broadcast where you won't get shut down because music rights. So I got the whole giddy up, and one of these days, I would love to come showcase the talent on your network, on your platform, And sooner or later, man, there's a school, there's a lady I'm talking to where I'm hoping to go, and where I can show a bunch of kids how to DJ and stuff like that. So, appreciate God. I guess my end of the day is hate. If you have hate in your heart, because I had it, it won't get you far, because all you will be blinded by is the hate you have in your heart. But if you humble and you realize that, if you humble around people, you never know where that humble can get you. You know what I mean? Like, and that's it. Like that, I feel like that's everybody has their own key to the marathon. But for me, forgiveness and humble. I forgive. A lot of people. I put that hurt behind me, and I became really humble. Because I could have been dead a long time ago. Life could be worse. Because on my worst day, is somebody's best. So,
yeah,
man.
But I appreciate Jay, man. What you're doing, it's a beautiful thing, man. This platform that you have, you're very good at it. You should do radio, bro. Cap.
Hey, listen, we have to see where we go from here. You know what I mean? I ain't turning nothing down but my collar.
Yeah, you got all of y'all, man. All of y'all, this platform, like seriously, because like on a weekday, I go to the studio and I sit in the studio by myself. Like there's nobody there with me, and I'm talking to microphone. To the point where sometimes like I will use a picture. Like if I want to talk about something sentimental, I'll put my sister, like a family thing. I'll put my sister picture up, and I'm talking to my sister. If it's something funny, then I probably put Lamar picture up because that nigga a character, and I will sit there will be But now I'm so okay with it. I can just go in and strike up a conversation, but it's like I'm talking to someone.
Yeah.
And you guys, like I love listening to you guys, man. I keep doing it.
Yeah,
keep doing it.
Man, appreciate that. Man, and on that note, man, we gonna get up out of here. Listeners, thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, y'all know what to find DJ Swift at. Look in the show notes. We definitely gonna put the links in there. And we'll see y'all next week with another episode of Unlabeled the Podcast. Peace.
Bye, y'all.
Yeah.
Peace.